We are recording, and we're back in LaQuasha.
Oh my
It's
God.
been a minute with life and health and one-shots and I don't know what else. I was going to go see Dune, and then the babysitter had to, back out at the last minute, so still haven't seen it. I'm really sad. So I like Timothy Chalamet and Timothée, sorry.
Timothy.
Timothée. Nothing affirms my bisexuality like a skinny French man. So...
Oh, wow. This is the episode where Jeff comes out.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Good for you, man.
I'm like, Zendaya's right there. Chalamet's right there.
Right
I'm
there.
like,
relatable.
getting 2 for 2 here.
Really, though?
Watching Smosh. Oh wow. Man, am I bisexual?
Florence Pugh
Oh.
walks in. I'm like, this is a lot. This is a lot for me personally. So anyways.
That's me though. That's really funny. Oh, I wore my speaking of bisexuality, I wore my Be Bite Hunt Ghosts official watcher merch. That's official merch, by the way, gang.
That's
if
great.
you like ghosts
That's pretty great.
It's a good shirt.
Anyways,
I changed it though.
well, we're back in LaQuasha. We have apparently an Elder Fae ritual being set upon the city of Lyminster, recently liberated from its monotheistic traditions to allow for everyone to worship how they like and reach out to gods. And
no one
literal
invaded.
literal angel is flying around protecting the city right now, and Finn is starting to look into his own connection to a god outside of a patron, and the theists that I grew up with in this city. The rest of the group has ties to stuff going on. Luna is starting to date the apparently like the right hand of the king of the Fae. Edmund having a background in being escaping from that tradition and all that, with some interesting conversations that have happened in the previous episodes. But for session 12, we're going to start out with Finn doing an investigation check as he is attempting to complete a research paper to gain an audience with the goddess of knowledge.
Yes. I'm proficient. Guidance? Can I guidance?
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
Okay.
What happened
Cool.
to proficiency?
15. And I have listen, to be fair, my intelligence is a +0 because I'm average intelligence. I just have specific intelligence.
We are at level 6. This is at the point where we should be reaching the high 25s with all of our ability checks.
Every roll should be
Listen,
25.
I
Every
have
roll,
That's not a
expertise in
-1 intelligence.
I have expertise in history and nature, which would have been real helpful here.
Right?
But yeah, 15.
15's not bad. You've made a significant amount of progress. You are,
Yay.
Functionally just trying to build a book of things you didn't know and then get it onto a shelf somewhere where it can be found and read by others. As simply a dedication to Ayun's tenets. You're not done yet, but you're probably a good quarter of the way through your book and filling it with relevant facts. You keep getting a little bit hung up on what you think is worth putting in there, and
Yeah.
so it seems
That
like
sounds about right.
yeah you keep going
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that, but whatever, and then until you find something really juicy that you didn't know, and then
I have to be like, no, wait, no, I should write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
Right. I would also like Luna to make a perception check for me.
Okay. Well, let's actually roll it into the dice tray. That would be nice.
If this is
I
what
should have taken the original roll. That is a 6.
A 6. Okay.
I'm sending you my dice, Brenna. That's unfair.
Literally, I rolled
I
it
have too
and
many.
it hit. It didn't go in. It just kind of honestly got sprung about, and it was like a 19. I was like, no, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna roll it in the tray. 2 on the die. +4 is a 6. So.
Awesome. I'm gonna adjust your audio slightly. There we go. and new mics. We're all figuring it out.
Mhm.
So, you do find yourself kind of wandering through the city for a while, and eventually you are kind of in the middle of like a street, and you suddenly realize it's just not occupied. There are some homes. It seems like just a street you haven't been down before. You kind of look around and realize you don't quite know where you are, and have to kind of pause for a moment to like see which way's north and like reorient yourself to head back west. But then as you kind of realize, oh, I'm a little off track, and turn around, you see Sierra there, in his like black cloak and vest and regalia, kind of leaning up against a building about a half block back, and he just gives you a little wave.
He thinks he's so cool. Fucking leaning against the wall like he's a shit.
He's Danny Zuko from Greece.
I'm sorry, but Edmund's beef.
Edmund's beef.
I have to say something.
Yeah.
I wave back and I approach and just say hello.
Meet you
How are
halfway. Yeah. Hi, Luna.
Hi.
I had something I wanted to talk to you about, if that's all right.
Okay.
Kind of like looks around, make sure there's nobody around. Goes, I think you've probably spoken with Edmund. This is a form I take a lot recently, but I'm not a set physical form. I want to make sure it's something you might be okay with. And you watch as he transforms into a more feminine kind of form. But so what Edmund would recognize as Cordelia. I go by Cordelia like this. I sometimes shift my identity and presentation. And I don't know, I just wanted to check in if that was something you were fine with, or if you wished to simply interact with me as Sierra. Just checking on your preferences for the situations.
Well, for starters, I appreciate the honesty. But whatever you're most comfortable with will work for me. I want you to be you, not who you think you should be to me.
Kind of goes to like pull out a like what the motion you catch as like someone pulling out like a rose for you, but there's nothing in the hand, and then he goes right and kind of pulls some powder out of the hand and sprinkles it over, and you see kind of the outline of a full bloom rose, and hands this like invisible flower over to you.
I take it. Oh, it's gorgeous, I'm assuming by the outline, but thank you.
Yes. Shifts back to Sierra. He goes, more of this for now. I'm honestly pretty fluid day to day. This has been my go-to for a couple of weeks though.
Now, question. Name-wise, would you prefer Sierra or would you prefer Cordelia?
It's also fluid. I'm not offended if you say Cordelia, and I'm not. I also, if you said Sierra and I was presenting as Cordelia, it's sort of goes with the shift. But
duly noted.
I have a lot of names, so I respond to most of them. So
okay, good to know.
I have something of utter importance to share and get your most serious opinion on.
And here, I thought you just wanted to see me.
I can't stress enough how serious of a point I need to make with you.
Okay.
What do you want to have for dinner?
Oh, wow. This is a question that Luna, I don't think, has actually been asked. It's more of a, I'm kind of fine with whatever I got.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think she knows what I want to answer. This is also just me not knowing how to answer this question.
Right.
Because I'm the same way.
Should I just surprise you?
That would be quite lovely.
Excellent. Okay, see you at sundown?
See you at sundown.
Excellent. Would you like me to exit extremely gracefully or a show of affection before I go?
I mean, I'm not going to say no to a show of affection.
He leans in for a kiss, and mid kiss does kind of shift back to Cordelia, and then kind of pulls back and goes, "Interesting. Usually in control of when that happens. I'll see you tonight."
See you tonight.
Moves away. You actually watch as she goes to like lean on like the shadow side of a building, and it just like seems to just like fall through the shadow, and it's just gone.
That's insane. She has to teach me how to do that. That's so cool. I could disappear so much easier.
Just jump into a shadow and you're gone. Yeah.
And I guess this kind of with a smile on her face, she tries to make her way back to where people are. I think she's gonna go find Alum. She hasn't seen Alum in a minute and just feel like she should update him on what all is going on.
Right.
So she's gonna head her
Start looking
way
for
towards...
Alum, yeah. Edmund, could you give me I'd say an insight check.
Okay. All right. Let's use this new dice that I got.
New dice powers.
New dice. New dice. It's blue and green, like the Earth, which we only have one of. 15.
15. You are seeing a unusual number of hooded figures that you don't recognize from like the day-to-day events of the city. You keep walking around, usually walking around in pairs. And there's one who's sort of a much larger than average figure, about 6.5, 7 feet tall and quite like wide, in their like stature, and is in a hooded cloak and is like a block ahead of you, standing still with everyone else, going about their business, and they're just standing and like facing you as you're approaching.
Oh, they're facing me.
Yeah.
Do I realize they're hooded, but do I see any like facial detail?
I'm a perception check.
Perception. 6 plus 9, also 15. Yeah.
15. Not too much. You can see like the chin underneath, which has this like stubble, and you catch like a hue of purple to the hair, and there's you would remember a figure that would have been the third, not Cordelia, not yourself, but the third, who would have been in the running for like champion of the King of the Fae.
That's concerning. I don't know what to do with that information. That's a lot. I think Edmund with the mask on just spends like a little bit of time staring, like not really sure. Like for sure they see me, right? They have acknowledged that I'm here, but I don't know if they actually recognize me. So I'm kind of waiting for that. Like, is this something that should be like, is this who I think it is, or is it just some guy that happens to be wearing a cloak and a purple beard?
Right. You don't have eye contact with them, so there's not that immediate recognition of they see you, they've clocked you, they are just sort of standing in front of where you're going. And so you just sort of stop and just like assess them for a moment. You want to like sneak off into a corner where you're maybe not in direct line of sight to like watch what they do, or are you just standing staring back?
I think Edmund would pass by them, like see if like their face like follows him as he passes by. Do I remember this person's name?
You would. I would. Yeah, almost definitely. This is just Balt. Balt. Just like in a way that Cordelia is very heavily finessed and balanced as a figure. able to kind of infiltrate and also like put the hurt on somebody, and yourself having a bunch of tricks and clever abilities. Balt just smashes things. Is just like through sheer brute force and a full lack of understanding of anything else than just destroying the thing that he's like vaguely aimed at. Yeah, Balt is definitely like the bruiser of the three of you. There's not a lot of subtlety to him. You remember it as just being incredibly straightforward to a fault. Ill-suited to court life, and is probably was probably a few hundred years past when he should have been recognized as an important figure, because anybody who said anything slightly out of line just got the response of "that's out of line," and with no like nuance or conniving at all.
Definitely a situation where like he's not fit for court life, but I mean he is a noble, so he has a place. Yeah,
Right.
we kind of have to give it to him.
Right.
I will open my campaign doc, and then I will, I guess, walk just directly past him. Not really. You know what I'll do, actually? As I am walking past, I'll lift up my mask just a little bit, see if he, like, recognizes anything there.
Right.
And it is a he, right?
Yeah, he's been solidly he. There's a lot of Fae that use multiple pronouns. Yourself and Cordelia's more the fluid, you're more the any all kind of situation. But he is like he's has been for his whole like 1,000 years of I'm a dude. Is the vibe that Bolt gives off. As you kind of lift your mask, it kind of turns directly to you and leans in a little bit and kind of like stops you with the back of like a hilt of a large staff that he has, and leans in pretty close and goes, "Have you seen anyone else with a mask walking around this city? I'm looking for someone."
No, I haven't.
You're the only one with a mask in the city.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure.
I'm in the wrong place.
I mean,
perhaps you've just missed them.
perhaps I have. This is a big city.
My search continues. Gets out of your way and just walks away. Which is the most Balt interaction you've ever had.
Yeah.
You gotta walks up, sees somebody else like with their hood coming a little low enough it could be considered a mask. Stops them and goes, "Hey!" It's just like he's like just doing like a brute force investigation, trying to find you. Apparently.
Oh my gosh, I almost want to stop him and be like, "You fucking idiot."
Up to you.
No, I think no. I'll let him be for now, but I'll keep that in the back of my mind.
Right. So yeah, this hulking figure just keeps walking. The nat ones on NPC skill checks are very funny sometimes. But you are aware of him, and you're aware that he's in the area and looking for you.
I need to get out of here. Is there anything, because we're all off doing our own thing?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I want to track down the two of these guys together. And
right.
Jeff, I'm not Jeff. What's his name? Greg.
Yeah. Give me
Jeff. Yeah.
find me. You find me just in the D&D world, but like,
in your house.
I need magic.
Like, hi, Jeff.
Just me in the D&D world, just yelling out at the monks, being like, "There are no choking mechanics in this game." And it's like,
this is all an OSHA violation. Off, y'all.
But yeah, just me desperately trying to learn magic and just not happening. It's like, all right, whatever. I have some experience in punching people. That's fine.
have some experience in punching people.
I have some.
To make a character with that backstory.
Yeah. Level 1 monk.
monk
It's like,
waiting
I've
to
punched
happen.
a couple of guys. But yeah. So, Edmund and Luna, you two find each other pretty easily. Because you start looking for each other. Go ahead and roll me investigation check for the both of you.
Okay.
It's probably just a flat roll. Where is it? I think that's an 11.
13.
13? Yeah, the two of you find each other pretty easily. And then I can't find Finn for a hot minute. Not quite sure where he ended up. But the two of you found each other, and you also come across Alum. Alum working over at a blacksmith shop. Kind of sees the two of you have like teamed up and approached. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?"
So much has happened.
You'll have to be more specific. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Right. Sorry. I'm still a little flustered. So I apparently am important across several planes, and am quite a catch.
Luna, I've been talking you up for a decade, so yeah, I mean, somebody finally noticed,
Ellen's
huh?
like, we knew that already.
Okay, well,
Excuse me.
I turn towards Edmund and say, "Sorry, I know, sore subject." I look back at Alum and go,
Just get it over with.
Get it over.
I have started to see Edmund's arch nemesis? Question?
Why
Like,
did
looking
you
at him.
introduce them like that?
Well, I feel like it's
Because it's
important
funny.
for the context.
For the context.
Okay. All
They're-
right.
They're very lovely. I've only had good experiences.
Well, that's a plus. I mean, we've always said you never know what two people are like, in private when we're talking, if, a couple's fighting or something out in public. Like, they could just be frustrated. Going out is hard sometimes. They could be perfectly sweet to each other back at the house, kind of thing.
You guys have
I
talked
knew
about
you would
this?
get it. I knew you would get it.
Yeah, I mean, I've dated a little. She's dated a bunch since we've known each other, so, advice comes through. But yeah, that sounds great. I'm glad you seem really happy, and
I am. We're getting dinner later.
Ooh, nice. Do you know what? Are you going somewhere, or do you know?
No clue. It's a surprise.
I got the old surprise me. Gotcha. Cool.
It's so much easier on my part. Just kind of let them do their own thing, and just
Yeah.
enjoy what goes on.
And then they get to do what they're interested in, and then you get to see what they're
Exactly.
interested in, and it's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I gotcha.
Win-win for everybody.
Yep. I got a wink from one of the milk maidens that came through.
Ooh.
I know, right? Infinite butter. So
I'm sorry, infinite butter got me way
I have
too
to
bad.
go now. I have to leave. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
He says it like wop 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 wop. It's like infinite butter.
Luna in the back. Oh.
I'm very glad Finn's not here. He would probably us like live it like that.
We got the butter hookup.
Get that butter.
The butter.
Butter.
Butter that bread.
That's
Does your person bake?
Deeply layered euphemism there too.
We need Edmund
I-
we need Edmund to start baking. To either start baking or start dating a baker, and then the three of us can get like quite a dinner going.
Perfect.
Let's
Edmund.
take the baker from End of the Woods.
No.
What do you mean no?
What do you have against bakers?
No,
It's an
fucking
honest
good.
profession.
I have no
Breathe
interest,
the
romantic or
baguettes.
otherwise, in anybody.
Oh, all right.
Honestly, valid.
Okay.
Yes,
Finn
thank
isn't
you.
sure yet.
Fair
he's,
enough.
he's figured it out.
How about a platonic friendship?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Do we not count as friends already?
Yeah, they don't sound
Yes.
interested in this kind of pair up, so that's fine. But anyways, I mean, we can just go buy bread. It's fine.
That's also true.
Yeah. Oh, I figured this out. It kind of pulls out this like wand that's been like carved over into like this like odd like trigger system. And and like arcane blasts a hole in a sign.
He made a gun.
Right?
Holy shit.
He made a gun.
I know, right? Check this part out. And like slides a thumb along some runes, and like legs like pop like 4 spider legs basically just pop out to like mount it, and just puts it on his shoulder. And he goes,
Oh my god.
hands free.
That's cool.
See, you are
Need 2 hands
keeping
for all
in
this
mind-
butter.
all this butter. Luna fully joins in
Yeah.
the same way.
Edmund is standing there face palming with two old
Edmund
friends
is gonna-
doing all
I
of
think
it.
Edmund's gonna go back to Bart or Bolt and be like, "Hey, I need
To
some
butter.
tools." I said Bart.
Sorry.
I said
Oh,
Bart.
Bart. Bart from The Simpsons.
Edmund's got butter on the brain.
I'm going to
I
jump
got
off the
butter
building.
on my
I'm glad you two are having fun.
I'm glad you're having fun.
I'm glad you two are having fun. My life might be in danger. So,
Oh,
You could have
There's-
led with that. Butter could have been talked about later.
yeah. We always got time to talk about butter. We got death though
Always
on the
have time for butter.
Always time for butter.
I'm sure you are already aware that uh, what's his name again? Oberon is planning to make an appearance here at some point in the future. And I can already tell there are like Fae who are, I guess, coming in to scope the place out. I don't want to stay here much longer than I need to. So if you guys need me, I'm going to be, I guess, milling about the outside of the city with I was gonna call him Jeff again, Greg, with Greg, waiting until you guys are ready to leave. And he says this as if it is a fact that we are going to leave tonight.
Well, hey, look. I don't know that outside of the city is gonna be safer than inside of the city. At least you got like
He has a point.
places to duck behind over here. Like, I mean, the outside of the city's always been accessible to otherworldly beings. So,
I'm just saying that they aren't all congregating in the city in preparation for Oberon's appearance. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So the closer I am to the exit, the better.
All right.
It's like when you sit in the corner of a room just so that way you don't have anything coming behind you and you can have a quick exit plan. I'm following. How bad is this Oberon guy? Just,
Oh, you're asking me?
yeah.
The worst. He's mega. How do you say it?
Megalomaniac?
Megalomaniacal. Yes, he's a megalomaniac. He thinks of nobody but himself, and he thinks he's a megalomania.
He's
I knew someone was gonna say it. He's the worst. Cares for nobody but himself.
so he's a noble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is two urchin
It's like,
kids are
okay.
just like, okay, so it's rich.
That's
That's all of them.
rich money.
All right. Well, I kind of got a thing going on here. I'm working with the smith here, and we're like making stuff. Some of it's super intricate. Sometimes just helping out. So I kind of got this. Might be where I'm planting for a little while. I don't have a huge pull any other direction at the moment, so I know obviously otherworldly beings are coming in, and big fave people or whatever. But I kind of got a thing going on here. I'll prepare though. I'll make a exit strategy. I kind of already have one, but there's
Yeah, we always have one.
He kind of leans in a little close. He's like, my place has like a root cellar that I've worked out. I actually have a guy on it right now. Well, I have a thing on it right now. It's easier to show you later. But anyways, tunnels being made to be able to get out of the city secretly. So I got an out if we need an out. Got a quiet one. So
Luna just goes, nice, and like fist bumps. Like, just nice.
do you want to see
So-
where my place is at, just in case it comes up?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Let's check it
have
out.
to know where you will be if I'm going to be leaving you and you're going to be staying here.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have all this butter.
All this butter.
All this butter.
What is this? What is this?
Butter, man.
While doing it, Luna's just like, just don't fight it. Just join it in. Join in the vibe.
I'm not going to.
You will join in eventually.
Luna, some people just like they just don't
You
understand.
Just don't get butter.
They don't get butter, and you
Don't
know
get butter,
some people are lactose intolerant. It happens.
which we can respect.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
am I-
Well, you can respect it. I'm well
That's right.
documented in saying
Yeah.
that they're inferior morally. Um,
Alum, no, that doesn't help.
I've gotten comfortable. I'm making jokes. I can blow up holes in signs now.
Yeah, is no one going
Jeff,
to?
I DM'd you.
Is
No,
there
I'm just kidding.
Right.
Can we talk after
Is there
session?
not?
No.
Is there not a
As someone who
single
has lactose
officer?
intolerance, fully deserved.
Right. Just,
That's silly.
I mean, Edmund, do you want to go check out the possible escape plan?
sounds like you're the one who
Would you
kind of
rather
wants
just go-
wants the out, so you might want to see where we're at.
I'm going, but it's purely for that. I'm not going because I particularly like this vibe. I was going
I
to
thought
say
for
you,
sure.
but
I was
that
waiting
feels,
for you to
Vibes
say
are
butter.
terrible.
I was waiting for you to
that
say
feels
butter.
it feels disingenuous to say I dislike both of you because I don't. But right now, I'm not having it.
Oh, come on. You love us.
Take me to the place. Don't hate the
Takes you kind of towards the wall. You're probably only a couple of blocks away from the wall there, but you do see that this kind of intricate garden is being made with a like some raised garden beds that are well filled with soil, and a border to the house that is a mound of dirt that's being like currently packed in place by this odd mechanical little like helper servant that has like a tankard for a head and other like random bits and pieces that have been like welded together with like a garden shovel for one hand, and then like half a teacup for the other. And it's like as they approach, there's this like and it like, automaton style walks back into the house. It's like, yeah, that's Scooper. Let's check it out. Brings you inside, and there's just like a simple dwelling, a little cooking area, a little like one like studio kind of style, like a studio house. Like it's relatively large, but it's pretty much all one room. And then there's an open like root cellar access, and follow the little mechanical scooper down there. And you can see this little tunnel that's being like automatically excavated by this homunculus. And he's like, all right, so he gets in there, gets a scoop, fills the pot, takes it outside, puts it in one of the many project spots. Looks like the garden beds are already full. He's working on the wall. But yeah, he's gonna keep excavating out till we've got access to the outside. I mean, yeah.
Are we talking artificer homunculus or sacrifice homunculus?
No, it looks like it's like a mechanical homunculus.
Okay, good.
Plus, he still has both hands and eyes, so he's...
Edmund was about to have beef again with these homunculi.
I was gonna kick it. I was just gonna straight up be like, ugh.
I look at Alan and I go, love what you've done with the place. Very, very nice. Well lived in, it looks like. It feels homey. How did you get this place?
Oh, so I took it. That sounds weird. So there were some empty houses. I think some people got arrested in the administration change. And so there's a few houses around town that are just nobody's in them. So the blacksmith actually clued me into it. Apparently there was some like magistrate or somebody who's in the jail now who had a really simple like his side piece den. And so I think it was,
Oh.
I think it was like a second or third house for a crummy, official. So I got rid of and burned all of the furniture. And
Good.
then I got building on this stuff. That didn't take too long. And now we go. Oh, check it out! And he kind of goes over to a wall where there's like a shelf, and he pulls a little pin out of the top and pulls it down, and it's like his bed folds out from the wall. And he's like, I got all the shelves
Innovative.
on like rotators, so he like, lifts it up a little bit, and everything's still level. And he's like, so it's a shelf when I need a shelf, and I just put it down and go to bed. And it pulls it back up.
And you don't think
Absolute
anybody,
innovator.
you don't think some government official is going to come by and try to reclaim the place?
No, I've always been here.
Okay.
Don't doubt the
this is
power of
like-
gaslighting.
Yeah.
We're really good at it.
Family home.
With no
I
furniture.
visit here every summer.
Oh, it's got furniture now. It's all new furniture. I mean, if they come by, honestly, it seemed like a place that was like not meant to be known about. And so hey, I've got the key to the lock. The lock that I put in.
Yes, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. Plus, if they say something about it, it's like, hang on, I'll go get my papers and tunnel.
No, I suppose. Something, I suppose.
Don't forget the blackmail.
What?
Right.
I mean, because this was supposed to be like a side piece, then, right?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this lady came by like a couple days ago and was.
Did you kick her out of her home?
She wasn't in here. She didn't live here. She was like looking for. She said she was looking for work, and I was like, well, this is a home. This is a residence. And then she was
Okay.
like, well, do you have some
I'm
spare
following,
coin?
I'm following.
And I was like, yeah. And it's like, do you want to spend it? And I was like, I mean, if something, what? And I was, she eventually walked away. I'm still not 100% sure why. It was a very strange interaction. But yeah, I'm not high enough up to like hire people over at the blacksmith yet. And it's a weird spot to come for an interview. You think you just go to the smith shop. You didn't seem dressed for smith work though. I'm still very confused by the whole interaction.
I don't have the mental capacity to explain this to you today, so that's going to be a later conversation.
All right, cool.
But I don't think she was interested in working at the blacksmith.
No, yeah, she didn't seem interested when I brought it up, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the spot. So if y'all are on a rush, you got to get out of here, and it's time to burn the bridges and get on out of Dodge, then I think this is gonna be the spot.
Do you mind if I know I've just insulted your character many times over the past few days. Do you mind if I stick around here for a little bit?
Yeah, I don't remember that happening, but sure.
It happened.
Okay.
It's part of his charm. You kind of get used to it.
Well, all right. It went over my head apparently, and sure. Yeah,
I
stay in.
appreciate it. Yep.
All right, cool. Anyways, yeah, I gotta get back to the shop. But yeah, see you around.
Before you leave, I get a spare key, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously. He
Obviously.
actually he grabs like a couple of like little iron ingots, puts them on like on the table, and he goes, "This is one of my favorite tricks." And just takes his key and like goes over it, and there's just another one, and then picks it up and hands it to you.
You have gotten so good at this. I'm like,
It's my thing, it turns out.
it's your thing.
Yeah, just making stuff.
Absolutely wild. Awesome. Okay.
All right, good luck on your date. I'm gonna.
Good luck with your butter.
She's got those butter hands. I don't actually know I don't know what I'm implying.
I don't think you should say it.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate getting me a chance to test out the lines on there.
Yeah.
Is your work moving? No, I gotta
That's
workshop
it's
it.
better.
It's
A
closer.
little better.
It's a little. It's
better.
off still.
You're looking moveless. I don't know.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's kind of hard with cows.
Edmund
Right.
leaves.
I thought you. I thought Edmund wanted to stay here.
Edmund catches
He
on his
leaves.
way out, be like, "Oh, I'll do a cheese platter," and ask her if she wants some cottage cheese.
Oh, bravo, bravo.
Now I gotta go to
How
cheese
you have
platter.
not had more dates?
Yeah. All right, that's my one.
Okay.
Oh, that's my in.
All right, you go back to the.
Yeah, I gotta get
blacksmith.
back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, he heads out. Luna's got a spare key. Edmund's just in the garden.
What I guess now we're just gonna I guess we're staying here for the foreseeable future. I have a disguise kit. What I'd like to do, if possible, like if I have the time for it, is use the disguise kit to make myself just look like a regular elf, not an Eldrin.
Mhm.
And I guess go around town, see if I can get any odd jobs done.
All
You know,
right.
like if you need like, just go up to people like, hey, do you need help chopping firewood? Do you need help moving this around? Do you need like, you know?
Gotcha. All right. Sounds good. Start working on that disguise kit. Finn, roll a d12 for me.
This session is just gonna be me rolling and not role playing. 8.
8. You are working on your research. You're starting to get into a creative like block a little bit. And then you kind
Start
of
my life.
you hear kind of a familiar voice, like kind of over your shoulder. Just be like, "What you got there?"
Oh, hi, Greg. Trying to talk to a god and I'm trying. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm struggling.
Look,
Trying, but I'm struggling.
I came by because I found out that you were doing that, and I did that, and I wanted to share my experience with somebody, and I didn't know anybody else besides yourself that was like actively doing it, except for these randos that are like reaching out to a moon god and like sun god and god of digging. I don't know what that guy was doing actually. But
That's cool.
so I contacted a god of oozes, and he
Oh, shit,
was
okay.
really mean.
Oh no, I'm
His
sorry.
exact directions were to burn and consume all. And I was like, all people? And it's like, all. And I was like, all buildings? And it's like, all. And it got on a loop.
Dang. Okay.
So I don't think I'm interested. I don't think I'm the god kind of ooze.
That's fair.
Yeah, which is fine with me. I like working on my skills with my fingers, and kind of pseudopods kind of form up into little like digits. And he goes, I like trying to work out these bad boys to try to like do things, you know, besides wiggle around.
Do you wanna? Well, I mean, out of character, I'm like, ooh, I'm a teacher. Fine motor skills. No, Finn's like, you want to try like writing something? Not in my book, because it has to be me. I think. Do you
Oh,
wanna
all right.
Try writing.
Maybe I will see if I can
Hand
help
over
you
a
with
gun.
some of this research. And then he kind of goes through a few books. You keep writing down on your stuff. Comes back with probably half a dozen books. Puts them on the table and goes, "Look, all right. From my intense research, I've figured
Yes.
out that I can't read. I'm a sentient ooze. I barely talk. A lot of this is telepathy, honestly.
Okay.
But these ones looked interesting.
Kind of look through the books and see like just on the spines to see like what the titles are.
Looks like most of them are written in Elvish.
I speak Elvish. Hold on. I do, thank God. That would
Nice.
have been really funny if I couldn't speak Elvish. Yeah.
These subjects are seem to be pretty disconnected. So there's a book on undead summoning rituals. It describes
Okay.
carving amethyst into a spindle, and then heat treating it, and using that to impale into the flesh of a corpse, and it's used to summon a skeleton. And there's a bunch of like ritual descriptions and ways to keep control of the undead as it's summoned. There's one on just like elven scones and other elvish bakery tips. And then there's just like some general knowledge from a few different areas. And then one of them is on teleportation circles. But it's completely a theory book. It has no practical like examples of as you flip through it. There's no like examples of teleportation circles. It's purely the theory of teleportation circles. So it's like a raw physics book, but about teleportation circles.
I'm kind of looking through that. I don't think I'm reading all of them quite yet. I'm just skimming them.
Yeah.
And then I look up and I go, this is... I don't know. Are you sure you can't read? These are utterly fascinating. And I haven't even read through them.
Oh, that's great. I've heard books that contain a lot of compelling knowledge and things like that. I liked these ones because the words are really like wiggly. If you look at the text here, it goes like this.
Okay.
And it reminded me of how I like reach for things sometimes.
That's because this is a language called Elvish, and I have no elven blood in me at all. I just happened... I studied it when I was being raised and sheltered. But yeah, no, I know a little bit of Elvish. I'm gonna be real with you. I would love to teach you how to read. I am kind of working on this thing.
Seems like you got your own thing going on.
But I do. But I would love company to like... You know what I really need? I've been having trouble deciding what is worth writing down. If I could just like, could I just bounce ideas off of you and have you go get books for me? Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay, cool. You'd be my research buddy. Like my research assistant. There you go. That's a fancy title for you.
Yeah. You do see a hulking figure kind of approach your table.
Okay.
He kind of just pulls up a chair and sits about 2/3 of himself on it. And there's sort of a creak in the old wood of this chair. Pulls the hood back. Has like tight, like very exactly cut short hair. Which is sort of a purple from the root kind of hair system. Otherwise appears to be human. And it just to sort of look at the two of you. Hello. I'm looking for... My apologies. I am Balt.
I'm Finn. Nice to meet you.
I haven't decided...
What are you looking for?
I am looking for an individual who conceals their appearance with a series of masks. It's apparently someone who travels with an ooze and an Aasimar. And I was wondering if you knew of Edmund.
What's the last name?
None I care to share.
Oh. It's weird because I know an Edmund, but with the last name Gloucester. So like, I'm fully lying at my ass here. I know who he's talking about.
Give me a deception.
Okay.
Let's roll a deception check here.
Cool. Do I get any? I'm trying to see if I can give myself advantage on this, but I don't think I can. I think I just gotta roll. I'm not gonna guidance because he's probably gonna see it. Oh, I rolled a 17. Okay, plus 6, 23.
23 is pretty good.
I hope so.
There's a moment where this like 7 foot tall, wide triangle of a man kind of leans in, elbows just hit the table just due to the lean in. Kind of looks you really deeply in the eyes. This has been a very frustrating search for me. I keep finding exact matches for who I'm looking for, and I keep ending up having no success, and I'm here I am starting to get at my wit's end, And
Is he gonna start crying?
he's starting to tear up. And he's,
Oh,
I've
God.
been doing my best, and
Yeah.
I'm keep thinking I'm within arm's reach, and then I'm failing, it turns out. And so I apologize. I'm putting way too much of this on you. You are a
No,
random bystander who has
actually-
no knowledge of what I'm looking for.
You know what? Tell me about it. And I take out my book and I pick up my pen and I'm like, tell me everything.
It all
Tell me everything
begins
you're going through.
many years ago, where there was a position opened up as champion of the Lord of the Fae, and several of us were in the running, and I found myself not taking up the mantle due to my inadequate performance. Another whose inadequate performance hit them more deeply, ended up fleeing, absconding with an artifact, and thank you. Talking about it helps.
Yeah, no, of course.
I need to find this person and
Mhm.
settle accounts before the Lord arrives and make sure there won't be any trouble.
Would you, by chance, have enough time to maybe explain a bit more about sort of the politics? Because I'm not from the Feywild. I am mostly from here. So could you just tell me everything that you know? Out of character, I know he doesn't know jack shit. But
There's a
just want to try.
I can tell you what I know. There are many nobles.
That's more knowledge. That's great.
Many nobles of the Fae. And there's me. I've been tasked and dedicated with narrowing the field. I
Okay.
was able to begin my quest with my own family, making sure all of them are horribly slaughtered, to leave myself as the only
Okay.
heir to the house.
Interesting.
I had no desire to end myself to complete that task, and to move
Fair,
on to
that's fair.
others, other families. Many took a hostile intent towards my pursuits.
Mhm.
The Lord was able to guide me into more acceptable targets, and that's where I've been focusing my efforts ever since. So soon we'll get that
Okay.
narrowed down to just the few who deserve their position.
Okay. So this. Let me see if I kind of looking over my notes. Just go. So let me see if I'm understanding this. This Edmund, no last name person, is a threat / you need to get rid of them, him. Her?
No, I mean, might as well if it comes up.
Well, I'm wondering why. That just seems like. I mean, I don't know you very well, but you seem like a person of many talents. Why waste your talents on that?
I've very few talents, but
Well, you should, quality over quantity.
exactly. That's my
Yeah.
pursuits.
Right.
I need them to declare an end to their nobility or be ended,
Oh.
as then there will be
Okay.
one fewer in the nobility.
So then that way you don't have to kill them.
If they're not a noble, they're not really my problem.
Okay. That. I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand how Fey politics work, but that's very informative. Thank you. And I'm like writing all this down.
What you need to understand is that there's a
No.
bunch
yeah.
of them and they do things. That's about what
Okay.
I've gathered.
That's about what I've gathered too. So good to see we're on the same page. No pun intended.
Yes. The whims of one Grand Lord with some underlings that follow along
Mhm.
is an acceptable level of corruption and inherent disdain to the universe. The current system of hundreds of multi-directional, absolutely insane individuals doing whatever they please at all times, it's completely unsustainable.
Okay, going back to the whole this person you maybe can either kill or accept abdication or whatever the term is. I'm so sorry, out of character, I forgot what the hell my question was gonna be. Give me a moment. How long ago did you see this individual? I know Fae time is different than my material
Exactly.
world time, but
In what my best estimation is 2 years,
okay,
in as much as I understand years in this
sure.
plane.
Can I insight check to see if how confident he is in that answer?
Go for it.
I imagine it's not very, but I'm curious. I rolled a fucking 17 again. That was a different dice. 21.
You get the sense that if you ask this guy how long ago he changed his pants, he might say a week and a half, and he means 2 days.
Okay.
So he's
So maybe a little less time.
no,
than
he
that,
has no
possibly. Or more
sense
time.
of no real sense of time.
Had a feeling.
One
Just
of the
wanted to
least
confirm.
likely people to truly know what time it is, or how long it's been
Honestly?
since anything happened.
Relatable. This
Yeah.
guy's just more relatable the more we
Sure.
learn about it.
Not completely divorced
just
of
be like,
other people's experiences.
okay.
Yeah.
I just say like, okay, 2 years. All right, that's okay. So either you kill them or they step down as a noble in the Feywild.
Yes, I might not have to kill them if they don't step down. If they,
Okay. And
we can
are
figure
you the
something
kind of
out.
guy that like, right? Would you be the kind of guy to like get bored and do it anyway?
Get bored and just murder to
Kill 'em
murder.
anyway. Yeah. Are you like
Yeah.
murder's fun or like murder's like your job? Like you only do it if you get paid and or compensated in some manner.
There have been a few people I've murdered just because I wanted to murder them.
Okay, is this Edmund person one of those people that could be?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'd have to see them again to know if that's on the
Okay.
table.
Interesting. That's writing all this down. Okay. Yeah, well, thank you for sitting down for a little bit and answering my questions. I'm sorry we couldn't be more help. Good luck.
It's all right. I apologize for my outburst.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Getting
You're-
frustrated by my mission's seeming.
Hey, listen, man, you are allowed to feel your feelings. It would be one thing if you were, like, throwing tables, but the worst you did was, like, raise your voice slightly, and, like, in my world, that's nothing, so. You good.
Very well.
And I'm not an expert in, well, I'm not an expert in the humanoid brain, nor am I an expert in the Fey brain, but I would hazard a guess to say your feelings are valid, and, good luck again.
Thank you.
Of course.
On a side note, do you know of any way to
Yes.
incinerate every being within the city?
May I ask, to what end?
A bunch of nobles are going to be in the city all at once. So, if we could
Okay.
kill everyone, that would really help out.
I don't know of any way.
Worth asking.
Debating whether or not to say, like, oh, you can look it up in the library. That we're in right now.
Yeah. Well, you get a library card and start checking out some books.
You ever heard of this thing called the library card? No. I'm just like, yeah, sorry, man, can't help you with
Nothing
that.
comes
I'm
to
not
mind.
exactly a pyramid. Yeah.
Alright. I'm afraid your ooze peed itself, so I'm going to leave now. It gets up and leaves.
That might just be his. I'm not sure.
That was terrifying. It's huge.
Did you actually pee yourself? Are you okay?
I think that's pee.
Wait, hold on, can I prestidigitate that?
You go to
Just click-
you go
oh,
to
wait,
clean
I
it.
don't have prestidigitation. I'm sorry. Never mind. I go to like try. I don't have that. Never mind.
Right. Wait, I
Sorry,
don't know that
sorry,
magic. It's like, well, all right.
I'm dead.
Oh, there it goes. And you watch the trail like slither away and just like go into a crack in the floor and goes,
Man.
well, that might not be good. All right. Hope that one doesn't end up malevolent.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. Well,
You know what? I'm not even gonna comment on that. Are you good?
I'm fine. I'm a little dehydrated now.
We gotta talk to her friend, whose name I'm not gonna say because he might still.
Oh, right.
Might still visit.
Schmedmund.
Yes. The individual formerly known as.
I'll go
Gloucester.
shmee where they might be.
E.
What?
Mystery. No, that's like Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated reference. Never mind. Mix E. It's the gender-neutral version.
I'll have a look
We gotta
around.
talk to our friend. Like, now. I know I got a project to do, but we gotta... I just,
Alright.
like, I get up, I, like, pick up all of my books, physically that I can, and I'm just like, we gotta talk to them. Let's go.
Right. Two of you exit. Go ahead and make an investigation check. See if you can track folks down.
I'm famously good at these. Said hubristic. Oh, I rolled a 2. I'll
Nice.
try and add guidance to that. No, I rolled max on guidance. That's
Alright.
a 9.
9.
That
On
one.
the upside,
Oh
Greg got a nat 20.
no! Thank God, at least someone's rolling good today.
Greg you go to like start heading down one way, and Greg goes, "Stop! I can sense someone who's paid me out before. This way." Leads you down some alleys, and then you see Edmund and Luna coming out. Like, both of them have. That's why. It's 2 of them in one spot. That's why I could sense it so well. But you all spot each other and kind of get together.
Hey.
I like run over to him and I go, hey, I met a big dude who might be trying to kill you. Maybe, but I thought of a solution because he
Oh,
told me. Yes, Balt. He told me some stuff about Fae politics. He knows about as much as I do, which is funny because I think he's probably Fae related. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Whatever he told you probably wasn't accurate.
Well, he told me that either he can kill you or you can step down as a noble in the Feywild and he won't have to anymore. He basically said something about like eliminating anybody who's in line who could become the lord, the leader of the Feywild, and you technically are one of them. And also he said something about maybe torturing everybody in the city, so we gotta do something about that.
Well, to be fair, he
Huh?
put it as like a last resort kind of thing, as like an
Right,
alternative
but-
plan.
Yeah.
It seemed to be just fishing for like, hey, do you know how to burn everything around? And then moved on.
The fact that he floated that as a possibility, even with how unintelligent he was still concerning, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just- Yeah.
Real quick.
On the bright side, I got a lot of info from him, so, you know.
Real quick,
Unexpected.
is that something that I would be aware about of like the succession of like, well, if the current king of the fairies dies, then I always assumed it was like, oh, he just can't die, or he would get resurrected and he would keep the title no matter
He's a
what.
ledge.
Right.
Which
Give me
was
I would say
all
give me a
bad.
history check with advantage.
Ooh, advantage.
Yeah.
Take guidance as well.
Ooh,
We'll see how much it
that
helps.
guidance, sure. It's already a pretty high roll. 19 plus.
Listen, I can't do bardic inspiration. I'm not a bard. This is the closest I can get.
21.
21's pretty good. You are pretty familiar with not necessarily the exact like line of succession and how it would work, because it really hasn't come up in many millennia.
Right.
But you know that the lordship is usually taken for the Feywild. It is someone like in Oberon's position could technically be like killed in the sense that being dropped to 0 and like finished would weaken their spirit to the point they'd have to like reconstitute themselves elsewhere in the Feywild. And while they're gone, someone can like take the throne. And it's in particular, remember, it's how Oberon got the position. Is there some forgotten Fey king who was, bested in battle, and they actually succeeded in like sealing him in a gem before fully dying, and supposedly discarding him
Oh, shit.
into the sea. And
Huh.
Oberon's simply taken charge since then. There's like a rhyme you can't fully remember, like a children's story of the former king is thrown into the sea. Um,
Huh. I think it would never have come up because, like, I don't know, he's been king for fucking millennia. Like, even if
Mhm.
you were able to somehow smite him, he would just come back and smite you back
right.
and make sure that it was permanent.
Unless he's
So
swooping.
yeah, and yeah.
But yeah,
So
you get the feeling, and you've seen a version of the ritual where you could seal a soul off, into a gem, so
right.
you know it's physically possible to do, whether it's practicality, for, to get to Oberon and like do that to him is sort of, it seems at the moment anyways, outside the realm of like practicality, especially because he's
Well,
got guards and people he surrounds himself with. The idea of like getting a chance to have him to yourself is just probably not going to happen.
yeah. I Edmund does briefly consider the notion of, ooh, I could be king of the fairies. But then he kind of falls back down to earth and he's like, well, I mean, if Bald is out, honestly, who gives a shit about the title anymore? You know, I'm not a, I hardly consider myself a noble anymore. If all I have to do is rescind my title to make sure that there's not a target on my back, then so be it.
So who would be considered in line, I guess?
I mean, does it matter? They're never gonna kill King Oberon.
Right. But from what I'm hearing, King Oberon is having people that could be in line killed.
Because he's paranoid.
Yes. However, I'm concerned about another Fae. And would like to
Oh.
know.
Oh, right.
You catch my drift? I'm
Yes,
trying to make this painless as possible for you.
I appreciate that, Luna. I mean, I guess she is. I mean, because right now they're serving as like his right hand person. Um, but I guess when the deed is done, if Oberon ever manages to actually complete his goal, I guess she would be next on the chopping block.
Cool. Tight. Awesome. Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, not that I care.
But yeah, you on your 21 also, you're familiar with the concept of there not being like a typical succession. It's not like a like the UK royals where there's a like, oh, you're number one, you're number two, and you're number three, and then it hops over to this cousin who's number 5, 6, 7. Like
Yeah.
it's like before you know it, you're going to college with somebody who's like 87th in line to the crown. But
it's more of like a tribal situation where you can just like go for the throne, and if you win, then great.
Yeah.
That's your title now.
It's one of those things where you're the king because everyone agrees you're the king.
Yeah.
And if you got taken down, people wouldn't all agree you were the king, and so somebody who could take it and was strong enough to have everyone agree they're the king, then they'd be the king. You also remember that Balt is very much like, he got notoriety. People thought he was extraordinarily clever in that when he wiped out the rest of his family. And he was already like had a seat at court before people realized, oh no, he's trying to wipe out nobility as a concept in the Feywild, and is now just in the closest position he can be in to being able to get to do that, because now he gets to go kill any noble that the king says to go after, and that's kind of his position, is that of like an executioner, and yeah, so that's his whole thing, is getting to kill nobles.
I think.
He's so close to being based, man.
And then
And
Oberon
Temporary
is just kind of known as like he utilizes him to take out anyone who raises a hand or any kind of word against him. It gives the permission of like, oh, they can be killed because I don't care, and is also known for just making sure to reward and recruit people into the Fey nobility who would like owe him a favor or could be a person of influence that would have their back. And is just looking to stock the nobility with, people that would always have his back
Yes,
on
ma'am.
anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that for several thousand years, and now it's really unlikely for someone else to be able to take the crown. Everybody owes him a favor. So
I have a question for Edmund. And I apologize if this was answered while I was pissing, but sorry that I phrased it like that. Does Cordelia know that Balt is out to possibly kill you?
I don't think she is. She didn't say.
Because she
when
was
we
the one
met.
who said, like, you were insignificant to Oberon now that you left, but then Balt is like,
Yes.
I have to go kill them.
And also
So
said that
what's the
Edmund's life
truth?
wasn't in danger.
Yeah.
she specifically,
Did she... yeah.
specifically in Edmund's conversation said that there is a price on their head, just not one that
Oh.
she cares about collecting. Like, is not high enough priority for her to care.
But Balt does.
But Balt
Okay.
might because
Shit.
Balt's motivation is not what reward can I get for killing this noble. Balt's motivation is I get to kill I have permission. Okay, I get to take another one out.
Oh, so he's a psychopath.
Oh, it seems like a very driven and single-minded in his pursuits of
Single-minded in a bad way.
yeah.
I mean, I don't. Because hypothetically, I could just rescind my title and I could wash my hands of the whole situation, right? We leave, or I live under a disguise for a couple of days or months or weeks or however long it'll take, and that's it. But
I
I'm
mean,
not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Having Balt out there killing more Fae doesn't quite sit right with me.
I mean, how many Fae are there hanging out in the material plane?
I mean, pretty soon, a lot. And even if Balt's goals are completely separate
True.
from Oberon's, like, because I don't know. I honestly don't know if this has been discussed in character or out of character, but if Oberon is just using him as a guard dog to, silence anybody who doesn't agree with him. Well, first of all, what makes him different from Cordelia? Because now I'm putting that connection together, and yeah, I lost my train of thought. Basically, I just don't like the idea of Balt being free to kill as he pleases.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Even if it doesn't have anything to do with like the whole Oberon and Cordelia situation at the moment. It's just I'm not comfortable with that.
Balt's a problem. Yeah.
Balt's a problem.
So we need to do something. But are we equipped to do something?
I mean, he's
He's
not
not smart.
He's not particularly bright. I think we could probably corner him somewhere, try to take him out single-handedly. Not single-handedly. I don't know why I said that. But we could just. But he might come back into Feywild.
Well, he probably will. I mean, I don't know. Fae seem like they don't really obey the rules of the material plane, to my understanding. But
Yes.
I mean, this guy said that you were gone for 2 years, and then I was like, kind of looked at how he was saying it, and he's like, I don't actually know if 2 years is the correct measure of time for that. So,
How
What if
long
we
have I
just-
been in the material plane? Actually, I don't think that was ever
it wasn't that
out of
long.
character. I don't think that was ever established.
Yeah, I headcanon wise, I pictured it as like 5 years. But
years?
kind of leave it up to
Oh.
you on like how plus or
I-
minus from that it would be.
I expected a couple months.
No.
I thought it was like
Months.
shorter
I
than
honestly
that.
don't remember at all. It's definitely a couple of years.
Hmm.
I don't know, material time in the material plane. I'm still not quite used to it.
Yeah. And it was a in my headcanon on it as well. It's a thing where at your part of your escape from the Feywild was losing most of your abilities and having to kind of build yourself back up into a
Yeah.
reasonably
Yeah,
effective
nerfed.
fighter. And one of those I remember being amazing. I'm not anymore. I don't know how the energy pulls work in this new plane of existence. And having to refigure out a whole bunch of stuff.
I like how you
magic
say
work.
headcanon, but you're the one that literally.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
only my
gonna
head
say,
makes canon.
You're
Yeah.
literally the DM. This character that I allowed you to play.
My head is the cannon.
I
Or
kinda
the cannonball. I
kinda
just got a new buzzer.
Nice.
Uh,
I kind of like go through my book and I just look up and I go, why don't we just lie to him? I've gotten pretty okay at lying, and you
Oh.
lie to him. I literally lied to him just now and said I didn't know you. I said I knew an Edmund. It had a last name, and you don't have a last name. And he believed me for some goddamn reason. So either I'm a good liar or he's an idiot.
I'm so
Both.
proud.
Thank you. I don't know how I feel about that, but I think he's not a good person. So, or not even that he's not a good person. He's just does bad things
Murder?
and yeah, and he
I mean,
yeah
I
he
think
admitted
by
to
definition,
occasionally killing people for fun. Occasionally, he tried to justify it, but murder's
Finn,
murder.
you don't have to. You don't have to try to protect him. He's a bad person.
No,
The
no,
guy
I'm
who
not
kills
protecting
people
him. I'm-
wantonly. Well, you're
Well, I mean,
saying that, well, he might
I
not be
don't
a bad
know.
person.
He could be like really nice to his partner or partners or whatever. I don't know.
He has no partners. He probably
Didn't he
killed
kill
them.
everybody
I don't
instantly?
know. I'm not in the Feywild. You're also not in the Feywild
Finn,
anymore.
he told.
Edmund,
I'm
you
not defending him.
Edmund, do you remember kind of
I'm trying
flashback
to see him as a complex person.
scene flashback style? Edmund, you specifically remember
Oh,
a
no.
time where one of the half dozen or so times you found Bolt crying in a spot on his own. He
Oh,
confided
no.
in you that he was about to marry a woman that he was deeply in love with, but realized that would make her a noble and he'd have to kill her. And so
Oh no, buddy. At least he realized it. At
Yeah,
least
yeah.
he realized it. It didn't have to kill her later.
but then you remember
Alright,
3
right,
other
buddy.
times that also happened with other people. That he was like about to marry and then realized that would make them noble.
Oof.
And had to call off the wedding.
Big oof. That's so funny though.
I recall that, and I just. Bolt is a deeply complex person.
Like I said, complex doesn't mean good or redeeming.
Good.
Complex means complex. Like my mother, for example.
That's
You know.
so funny. That's so
My mother's not a
funny.
good person, but she's working on it. I hope. If not, we're gonna have some words.
Right.
Gosh, I'm so sorry to have to drag you two into this.
Oh, listen, come on. I dragged you three into my whole mess.
True.
Luna hasn't really dragged us into anything yet. Although I'm dreading the day that we do.
Yeah.
Love.
I mean, it happened to Alan, it's gonna happen to us. I guarantee.
Oh boy. So if we do try to corner him and kill him, it wouldn't stick because he will probably just reconstitute in the Feywild and nothing will have gotten done.
Yeah. I
Now
think that should be a last resort.
I am aware of a ritual that we can do to keep his soul inside of a gemstone for the time being. I'm not sure if it's permanent. It might be, but I mean that's one solution. If we can figure out what this ritual is.
So we'd be like Oberon.
I was gonna say, sounds
would
an
you
awful
say
like what
that?
Oberon had you. You've become
Well-
that which you swore to destroy. You're supposed to.
It's like the Batman
Not supposed to
Deadpool
turn the
argument
dark side.
where like Batman's arguing with Deadpool and being like, well, if you murder someone,
yeah.
then there's just another murderer, and there's still the same number of murderers. And then Deadpool's like, yeah, but if you murder 100 murderers,
You're still
then-
only what?
it's a net drop of 99.
That's
That's-
amazing.
I mean-
We're literally having a morality argument about a man who... My last resort is to burn everything to burn everyone.
Right. He
What
said
time
it
of
so
day
much
is
like
it?
just it would be way more convenient. Like it's just
No, that's
you'd
what
get
I'm
a
saying.
lot of
He's
them
like,
at once.
God, if I could just burn everyone,
Yeah,
it'd
yeah.
be so much easier.
My psych
Yeah.
professor had a story about he used to do interventions for the police, and there was a patient who was shooting a gun in their house, and the cops called him in. He's like, "We'll get the gun first, and then I'll go in." And so they got the guy to give up the gun, and he went in there and realized all the bullets are in the corners, and was talking to the guy. He's like, "Hey, why aren't there holes in like the walls? Why are they all in the corners?" And he's like, "Well, if you shoot at the wall, you're gonna hit like one of the devils, but if you put it along the side of the wall, you're gonna get like 100 of them as the bullet that goes along the wall into the corner." And it was just like, oh yeah, the walls are covered in devils, and it's just more efficient to like aim the bullets so it goes along the wall. And it was just
Right, of course.
the perfect logic of someone who's also having a mental health breakdown. And it was one of those like that. You didn't lose your ability to think through a problem. You just are seeing also devils on the walls.
Why? Tell me
It's in the
why
walls.
I was reading
He's
about
in the
Telltale
goddamn
Heart
walls.
last night.
Reading a what?
To tell me why I was reading the Telltale Heart last night.
Yeah.
Like what a
Oh
coincidence.
yeah.
Luna. Do you have the highest passive perception? I'm not sure who has the highest passive.
I have
Oh,
a 14.
Not me.
14.
My guy, I'm the wisdom caster. I have 19.
Oh, yeah,
I was
19.
gonna say I'm pretty sure it's Edmund.
Edmund,
Definitely me.
you finally realize
Has he been standing there this whole time? It's such a sitcom thing. I'm like, he's right behind me, isn't he?
He's right behind me.
no, but you finally realize there is a note tied to your sword. Wasn't there last time you
now
checked?
how
You don't know. It happened at some point. You all have been over here for a minute. Nobody saw anything. There's just, you all have been just kind of standing around in this like kind of dark alley, chatting up everything. But yeah, you gotta. It's got a little rope, a little like thin ribbon on it. Little mini scroll thing that's been tied there.
I pluck it off and I read it.
Hopefully
I don't.
Oh shit.
It just says, "Hey, Balt is looking for you, and recommend having a chat in the main square. He won't attack with all the civilians around." And it's just signed Cordelia.
Will he though? Will he not though? He seems pretty flagrant about his. I mean, I guess having you two around.
Not with witnesses.
Do you share that with us?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
peeking over your shoulder. I don't care if you're purposely sharing.
I
I'm just
mean,
like,
that was
This is it.
going to be what I was going to say if you weren't going to share because Luna's just nosy. as
you
hell.
look up from this scroll. And we're both standing on the side of you.
I don't know how you guys
There.
are looking over my shoulder when I'm literally
I'm
taller than both
underneath
of
you. I'm just like,
I'm like, hey
I'm
guys.
looking
Oh.
around like, do that.
But yes, I show you guys a note, and it's like, well,
As you have held it for more than 6 seconds, the edge of it sparks and catches fire, and like magician's paper just lights
The
up.
simple stuff
and
started in
disappears.
6 seconds. It's Mission
ah.
Impossible.
No.
It looks like Edmund does a magic trick where it's like, look at this, and it goes, woof, and he's like, oh, okay.
Since
There
when
it
can
goes.
you do close-up magic?
That's cool, man. That was awesome.
since like the last millennia or so.
It only lasts 1,000 years.
So I mean, yeah.
It's like a
Um,
blink to me.
Glad that you would ask.
No, I've
So-
been. Was this like an official invitation? Because I know she like hit me up for a party the other night, but I don't know if this is the same thing where it's like I promise I won't get into it. Well, we're in
Right.
public, so
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I assume it's safe. Regardless, I Cordelia invited me to the main square to have a little chat. I'd appreciate it if you guys came along as well.
Of course.
All right.
You all head that way. It is a bustling town square. There's a whole bunch of people kind of excitedly talking about gods that they've made contact with. A couple of people that look like deeply sad and are, like rethinking their whole life. And and then there's stalls with like fruits, and it looks like some outside vendors been allowed to like actually enter the city, which is something that didn't always happen. In fact, almost never occurred with the old leadership. So Several cultures now on display, walking around in a pretty short time frame, and towering over most of the crowd. There you can see Bolt just like looking over. The hood's been kind of pulled up a little bit just to get an easier eye looking around.
Would it be less
Should I disguise myself?
suspicious?
He's gonna know me because he's
Oh
seen
yeah,
me.
that's
Shit.
true.
I don't have any way to do that.
Would it be less suspicious if I took off my mask at this point? Because he saw me without my mask, and he was like, "I'm looking for a person with a mask." So I'm like, "Okay."
Right.
I'm gonna put on my Ram mask. It might be enough to fool him. We'll see.
He's
He
gonna think
might
you're
think
the
I'm
other
you.
person.
Yeah.
Deeply
He might
funny.
think I'm you, but
You didn't know anybody else with a mask.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'll keep the mask on. He's not that bright.
Right.
Do I spot Cordelia anywhere?
Go give me a perception check. Greg also kind of talks to all of you. He's like, should I stick around, or could I be possibly smushed into a billion little oozes? And should probably back up.
You can do that.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, then why'd you offer?
I say
you
we
could
try
be
it.
like, you could be decoration on my cane.
No, I'm a whole
Like a
like
coating?
being right now.
Well, I know, but
I'm not gonna shrink down that much. Yeah, I'm gonna go over there. He kind of points at a nearby building. It's like,
All right.
slithers out of frame.
Just be prepared if we gotta make like a hot exit or something. Out of frame.
Yeah.
Camera.
literally the camera just.
Yeah. Just
I'm
whoop.
breaking the fourth wall, guys.
Yeah,
What's the fourth wall?
yeah,
We all get each other like, what are you talking about?
We're in an open space.
yeah.
We're in an open space.
Very
He no
open.
clips into the thin and thinner. Did you guys
Yeah, yeah.
originally? No. He just
like-
no clipped.
It's the reverse of that Auntie Donna's bit where they're getting a new roommate and it's just like, oh, I have the greatest. I have got bitten by a radioactive chameleon, and I have the greatest
Oh,
chameleon power. It's claws. Like comes into frame with the claws.
Oh,
And it's just like, all right.
I
So-
did roll 26 on perception.
26 perception. Nice.
Nice.
That is a 26.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. You just barely don't see Cordelia anywhere.
On.
That sneaky motherfucker. I love
They
him.
can be very sneaky when they need to observe
Yeah.
and not be seen. Pass without a trace, plus expertise, plus
Oh,
good
she
times.
thinks she's so cool because she can cast Pass Without a Trace. Well, so can I. Boss.
Surrounded by shadows while walking through a crowd. Yeah.
Fucking, I guess I'll sit at the edge of the fountain and wait.
I mean, you can see him. He's just standing. He's a good half a head over everybody. He's just standing there looking around.
Large. Wait, how tall is he again? Sorry.
He's a good 7 foot tall. He's pretty
Okay.
tall.
Gotcha.
Before we head over there, I think Luna looks at Edmund and just says, if he tries anything, I will step in front. I might be small, but I don't care.
I appreciate the sentiment, Luna. I am the one wearing armor and the
Right,
shield.
but also if I step in front, Cordelia's gonna step in.
Okay.
Also, I have literally like an angel that I could be like, hey, this person's causing a disturbance, please stop them. Like, Nick will come over.
All right. Yeah, that's true.
Lords.
So we're safe.
I
We've
only saved
established
his
that
life or
we're-
whatever. Only unimprisoned him.
It was more so just to be like, I got your back. Just-
Yes, Luna, I appreciate it. All right.
Okay.
Do I not
Okay.
see Cordelia?
Don't see
No.
Cordelia anywhere. You see Balt just standing over a good head over everybody and just still looking around. Doesn't seem to have spotted you yet.
Silly.
Can I? If I do cast Pass Without Trace, would that affect anything?
People would
Like-
see you casting a spell, and then you'd have kind of that shadowy aura all around you.
I mean, I guess I'm not trying to hide from the public. I'm just trying to hide from Bolts.
Right.
Specifically, fuck it. I'll just stand around and wait for Cordelia to show up. I guess, or just like, I guess duck into an alleyway. I don't know.
Okay. So there is like the square you kind of walk into, and you can just back out and go over to an alleyway. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like if
Oh, we're not.
Cordelia's
Oh,
gonna...
okay. Just turn around and be like, oh, we're going.
Two of you
okay.
go follow that direction. Yeah.
If you want to have a conversation, Cordelia, now's the time.
There's a voice from like right next to you. Goes, "Did you see me here? Or were you just saying that?"
Oh, hi.
I know. Yes, I knew where you were.
Is this what it's
Make
like?
a deception
when I do it?
check.
Fuck off.
Can I
Of
give
course
him
I knew.
disadvantage by just giving him a look like, really?
You're right.
Can I please give him disadvantage?
No,
I'm
I rolled
sorry.
a 2. Whatever. I rolled
Okay.
a 2.
Yeah,
You're rolling that one.
They had a nat 20 on the
Oh,
The
fuck.
most-
Oh, no.
Fuck
most
off.
useless nat 20 insight ever.
Before she even gets to say, before she even gets to be snarky, I'm just gonna be like, "What did you call us here for?"
I
It had a reason.
was not really calling you here. I was just giving you the option. He's over there. He's looking
I'm
for
aware.
you. The
Yes, I can
giant.
see him just like this.
So do you want to go talk to him or not? Are you going to try to dodge him forever, or are you going to go talk to him? I don't really care. I just was like, there's a lot of scurrying around happening, and it seemed like if you might want to just go talk to him and get it over with. He's been very, I don't want to kill civilians unless it's extremely convenient to wipe out a ton of nobles lately. So it's a good time, middle of the square, to go say hi, what's the deal? He doesn't talk to me that much.
I guess having a conversation wouldn't hurt.
See, last time, Edmund, I don't mean to call you out here, but last time you were all worried about Cordelia, like, killing you or bringing you back to the Feywild or something, and then you talked to them and it was fine. I'm not saying this is going to be fine. I'm just saying, like, let's try it.
Well, what do I have to say? I rescind my nobility and then we leave?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why mince words?
Cordelia's looking at Luna, and he's just like, leans back. Sorry, what?
Real
Aw.
quick, out of character, do I know, like, hey, if I verbally say I rescind my nobility, does that have an effect, or is it like a magical, like...
You know, in the Feywild, it's more of a magical effect. It's a drains you of your power and connections. You don't know exactly what that would do here.
Probably
Fuck around and find out.
nothing. I mean, hey,
Fuck around and find
if
out.
I
Do
lost
it!
most of my... Yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I'm just saying, if I lost most of my abilities when I came to the material plane,
You
then
already
it's
kind
probably...
of abdicated.
Yeah,
for some
yeah.
of it.
So then why is he still... He's having this conversation in his head, and then...
Because you didn't do it officially. You didn't submit your paperwork.
Yeah, so-
Basically.
Pissed off, Edmund... Go ahead.
I look at Cordelia because she asked, like, wait, what? I kind of just, like, put a hand on her arm, just be like, based off of the conversation Finn had with Ball, that's one of the two options to kind of get out of this. The other is to die, and I don't think Edmund wants to do that.
Sorry, I meant wait, what? As in, I was in kind of looks you kind of deeply in the eyes. Goes, I was distracted for a moment, didn't know what we were talking about.
I march off straight up to Bald, and I tap him on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Hey."
Ah!
I wish.
You all hear the yelp from like the alley nearby.
We should probably go.
Yeah.
I rescind my title.
Excellent. We must quickly make you no longer a noble. This is excellent, wonderful
A
news.
little nervous.
Quickly, I've set up the ritual, and it goes, come, because it's motioning for you to
Did
come.
I know there was going to be a
I don't like
ritual?
where this is going. If
You
if
know
this
of-
man puts my friend in a gem, we're gonna have a problem.
You know of like it's more of a ritual in the Feywild, the like rescinding your It's usually something forced on someone in like a really rare circumstance, where they like they
Yeah.
pour their power essentially into the family ring and then give it over, and that you're not sure how that's gonna work out in this
In the
circumstance.
material plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll shoot a look back at the alley, sort of like just be like give the idea of like, hey, if I start like crying out in pain because this ritual is working and it hurts, you guys are gonna come help, right? And then I follow Bolt.
I'm following you guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the other
Unless
two
you
were
tell me not to.
Yeah.
in pursuit.
Yeah.
Still wearing the ramp mask.
Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to follow, but I'm going to try to be stealthy about it in case I need to be.
Give me a stealth check.
That one.
Oh.
Oh, great.
I'm too busy talking to
Yeah.
Cordelia.
You keep trying to like hide behind things, and then people like bump into you because they don't see you, and so then you get spotted really easily because someone just ran into you. It's not the environment
Not
you're
the
used
best,
to
yeah.
hiding in. But yeah, you all maintain a pursuit. A few blocks off of the town square, he pulls this ladder up off of the ground and climbs it up to a rooftop, and he beckons you up from the rooftop.
I follow.
Yep.
Not really sure what's about to happen.
You get to the top and you see an outline. It's sort of like a Venn diagram where there's 3 circles that intertwine into like what looks like sort of like 3 buds of a flower and like a central spot to stand. And he's like, yeah, to the center. And he pulls off his like satchel and starts pulling out some like ritual components. Goes, all right. The ground will have to do. I don't have a table. Okay. Do you have your family's signet ring?
Do I? Hang on, let me check my inventory.
I don't know if you do.
I don't think I do. No.
Your noble starting equipment, you'd get one, I think.
I'm not a noble. I'm a faceless.
Gotcha.
So explorer's kit, disguise kit, no.
Nope. He's like,
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He's like, all right, that's fine. I have an extra. And pulls out this like blank signet ring that just hasn't been like carved and marked yet. He goes, this'll do. And hands it over to you.
I am still wearing the gauntlets. Is that gonna affect anything?
It gets bigger to go over the gauntlet.
He's wearing the gauntlets. He
Enlarges.
goes, you will have to take off these are a sign of nobility. You'll need to remove them.
Do I? You're not gonna try to take them from under my nose, are you?
Like sneakily remove them? No.
I'm not.
Or
I'm just.
remove them.
I've
Just
never
remove
been
them,
anything
yeah.
but completely straightforward about my motivations and actions.
I've been only
I'm aware
very
of
clear
that.
Yeah.
about what it is I
Oh
want.
my gosh. Okay, all right. I take off the gauntlets and I take off the mask too for good measure. Like
Right.
if I'm rescinding whatever, I'm gonna do it with this.
Do you want one of us to
You
pick
know.
them up?
If you guys are around, I'll like. Actually, how far away are you guys?
You probably followed to the bottom of the
Yeah,
building, but you'd be pretty conspicuous. You'd be seen if you get to the top.
That's true.
Yeah, we're on a roof.
Yeah.
Can I? Can I
Toss
still
them
ball
off the
be like,
side.
yeah, 1 second.
You don't.
You
Yeah.
know-
1 second. You just look over
Oh,
and
shit.
see them down there, and just throw the gauntlets down.
Like -1 to strength. Just
I come back and I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
It's kind of like an eyebrow raise. But all right. Put this on. The ritual circle. One of the like flower petals, glows in a deep pink. And then he kind of steps to the next one and performs some gestures and says some things in Sylvan and glows in like a bright blue, and then gets to the other one, does the same, glows in a bright green, and it's all overlapped on you. Edmund, do you rescind your titles to the Fae and all senses of nobility?
I was gonna say I do, but that sounds like a marriage proposal. But yes, I do.
There's a flare up and the ring on your finger glows really brightly. Excellent. Pulls out a like a chisel and hands it to you, and goes, now remove it.
The ring?
Where the ring would rest must leave as well.
Where the I didn't consent to this. Oh my gosh. Well, if I knew this was gonna happen, I wouldn't have fucking stepped on this thing. And I start like backing away from the
You just
circle.
like exit. You just exit the circle.
Yeah.
He just like you like don't take the chisel, and he's just like, "What are you doing? We have to do the whole ritual
wanna-
over again now."
I'm not gonna I don't care. I'm not losing a finger.
Oh. This is extremely awkward. That would make you remain a noble.
Jesus Christ. Well, how about I just kill you? How about that?
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
God
Sick of
damn
this.
it.
I'm sick of being here. I'm sick of all of you.
Are we also?
Hey, man. I've been nothing but supportive. I rolled real bad. Oh boy. Cool, that's a 4.
Oh, wait, I'm
18.
level 6, not level 5.
Is that 18 from Luna?
Yeah.
All right.
30-20. Right?
Ooh.
Yeah, 30-20.
Finn.
A 4.
It's the whole hand.
4.
Like the number of fingers Edmund would have had if he'd agreed to it.
All right. In a initiative tie, there is Edmund and Balt. What's Edmund's dexterity?
Yes!
My dexterity,
Automatically.
it's a 13 plus 1.
That's not quite the go.
That's one.
You go to quickly go for your sword. He does the same. You all are well within a movement of each other on top of this rooftop. He pulls out a what didn't seem like it could fit, but pulls out a full glaive from underneath the cloak. Is with a full reach, gets within reach of you on it, and goes, "The finger's coming off," and goes to make make some attacks.
Fucking try it.
What?
Don't say that.
You cut off one of your fingers.
Don't say
and
that.
roll a
You're
D6.
You are tempting Timora and Bashaba. Just being like, who's gonna help me here?
That is a 20 and a 27.
What are we doing? Meets it, beats it, or are we doing?
Meets it, beats it, yeah.
Then yes, both those hit.
Gotcha.
Ow. Ouch, ouchie, your bones.
Not my bones.
Ow, my bones!
Oh, fuck my bones.
Oof, that is
What is crazy about wanting your bones? Sorry. I fucking skipped the
There's
part.
16 slashing damage,
Okay.
followed by, that is another 8 slashing damage. So that's 24 slashing altogether.
Okay.
Adding in 12 radiant and
Oh,
another 10 radiant.
How many hit points
Okay.
do you have?
what from?
Smites.
That's not from a spell, is it?
No, just
It's from a
smites.
spell. Oh, damn.
Smites aren't smells. Smites are a spell.
Smites are
Aren't they?
magical, but they're not like spells. It's not like casting a spell.
Okay.
Also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Jeff, I'm just gonna be real with you. That was literally all of my hit points.
Oh crap! Okay.
Yeah.
Dropped to 0 in the glaive slashes. I'm gonna say narratively, it basically drops you to a knee. I would say still make me that con save.
Okay. If I roll a 1, I'm being so real with you guys right now. I might just quit.
Oh, jeez.
This is not a
Come
good
back
look.
with a new player next week.
Yeah.
I hope not.
New
Right,
player. Okay, con save?
Yes.
I don't think I have proficiency in con saves. Where are my saves?
I don't remember.
6.
6 total?
6 total.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Having a good attitude about it.
Right.
I would
So
take your
you have a
bonus.
strange sensation as you drop. You don't fully lose consciousness. I'm gonna say you basically get taken where you can't fight at the moment with the amount of damage you taken. But you have an experience because you've been dropped to 0 before. It happens when you're the frontliner. But everything goes completely silent. Just as not even like a ring in the ears, like you just got hit extremely hard. But it's like everything went completely mute. The sounds of the crowd below, the attacks coming in, all of that just goes completely out. And you see him stand over you, spinning the glaive, getting ready to do like some like a finishing stab, and you see some words, but it's just a mouth moving. There's no audio to it. Finn and Luna hear these massive slashes at the top of the building and immediately start to want to like clamber up this ladder. And then you hear it's like, one way or another, there's one less of you today. And from like up on the building, along with like the viscera splatter coming over the side of the building. It would come, however, well, technically, to Edmund's turn to make a death save.
I am, yes. Okay. I'm
Nat
putting
20.
you away.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Come on, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Called it.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Well, it's not a failure.
Okay. Well, success.
15.
Nice.
Yes.
Up next is Luna.
I immediately start scaling the side of the building. How tall is it?
It's like 15 feet up. It's just
Okay,
one of the
cool,
two
'cause I
stories
have
around
a-
here.
I have climbing speed of 20, so I'll just...
Yeah. You don't even have to use the ladder if you don't want. It's actually,
No,
it would
spam,
kind of be a
just-
fun visual of like Finn starts up the ladder and you just climb up the side of the building.
Oh, 100%, just
Yeah.
parkour.
Oh,
Oh no.
I was gonna say Finn started to look frozen. Okay. Oh, Stormy back.
Apologies for that.
No worries. All right. Yeah, Luna, you have within just your movement, you are able to get up to the building and be within melee or kind of wherever you want. You get a feeling that if you want to be at a range, you could go up the other side, like go to the right instead of to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Gotcha. But yeah, you have clear line of sight. Edmund's been dropped. The glaive is spinning and getting into position to stab as he's making his like, you die today speech.
I see this happening, and question.
Mhm.
If I were to cast Eldritch Blast, would I be able to kind of like knock him off the side, or like is he not close enough to the edge for it to?
Do you have the push effect?
I don't think I
Do
do.
you have repelling blast?
Yeah, you'd have to have repelling blast for it to
Okay,
have
no.
that effect.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then no.
I got you.
Then I'll cast Eldritch Blast anyways,
Okay.
just to at least just as like an initial reaction of like no, and just to kind of like
Right.
at least like throw him off his groove.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You make 2 attacks. You use your charisma modifier plus your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
Yep.
2 attacks.
Yeah, you all are past 5th level, so the Eldritch Blast cantrip scales by your total level, not your warlock level.
Charisma
Yeah.
plus proficiency.
Yep.
So that is a 16. I don't think that.
He's not an armor focused person, so 16 does hit.
Okay, and that one's not gonna hit. That's a 9.
Gotcha. So 1d10 damage. You do not add your ability modifier as of yet.
If only you had agonizing blast like I did.
One.
What's those last?
1 point of
actions?
damage.
1 point of damage.
It's baby's first
One less than I had
Yeah,
before.
Like,
I
no!
look over at you and I go, I'm so proud of you. I can't see what's going on, but you did it.
Yeah, this power surges around you. I believe the power of the lightning phoenix.
Yeah,
And
it's
By the
kind
power
of
crystal.
blue with like little sparks of red, but it's basically like seeing like one of those lightning bolts in pictures where it's mostly blue, but you can see like the little flecks of red that are like on the outside. As I just kind of like throw out an arm.
yeah, and it arcs like instantaneously, like a lightning strike. It doesn't like have the trail of a arcane blast that a lot of other spells do. It just instantly goes from your hand to his back. And it just like feels it, and it's just like, what? And one of them goes wide and hits the side of the roof there, and kind of like looks over the shoulder and goes, goes to continue on with the motion there. Finn, I think you'd be up unless Luna's doing a bonus action or something.
Oh boy. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm gonna try something though. I have to see whether what I want to do is a action or bonus action though, really quick, because I keep forgetting. What can I do?
Oh, I'll actually let you think of that because I got my initiative order mixed up.
Oh, no worries.
Edmund, in the back of your head, the only thing you can hear is just a question with a familiar voice saying, "Do you want my help?"
Well, then I owe you a favor.
True.
Doesn't seem like something I can complain about now.
Fucking Cordelia.
Yes.
You agree to the help. Finn starts scrambling up the ladder, I assume, and is preparing to execute a spell.
I'm not doing a spell. Don't.
Yeah. Don't
I have
assume.
an idea. I don't assume I'm doing spells just because I'm a double spellcaster.
True.
Is it my turn though? My soul.
It would be your turn, yes.
I'm going to move up the ladder. It's a bonus action. I'm going to use my bonus action to activate my radiant consumption, but I'm not going to do damage. Instead, what I would like to do, it's silly, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to cast thaumaturgy to make my voice loud as shit. And I just say as loudly as I can I'm going to attempt to intimidate. Because he's harming my friend, probably going to kill him and or take a finger off. I'm just going to yell, "Back the fuck off my friend!" And I'm going to attempt to intimidate him.
Go for it. Roll with advantage.
Nat 20!
Let's go.
Sorry.
Now call back to some agreements we made at the start of the campaign. Explodes. So roll again and add it to the 20.
Yes,
Find your
right,
total.
that's right.
Completely forgot about that.
I forgot about that. Holy shit, that's a 19. Okay, so nat 20 plus 19, 39 plus intimidation. I'm not proficient, but that's a 42.
Okay. The focus immediately shifts. There is one of those it's sort of that thought of like they're down now, and then it was gonna go to finish off, and then there's this booming voice from there to leave the friend alone, making yourself clearly the most intimidating presence in the immediate area. Realizing that he's screwed if he wastes any more time putting Edmund more down than he already is. And so it does turn over to you, and has oh shit.
I have an escape plan, it's fine. I have an escape plan, it's fine.
So that would be your turn then.
Cool.
This is angelic wings up, booming voice, bringing the attention of nearby passersby.
Honestly, I just have like my eyes and my mouth light up.
Oh,
It's not
gotcha.
even wings.
Nice.
Wings is the other one. Radiant
Oh,
consumption
gotcha,
is just
gotcha.
like I do radiant damage.
Right,
This is the one that nobody picks, but I think it's cool thematically.
Turns around like in his spot and it's just like very unusual. Goes for some glaive attacks on you. Try to neutralize the situation. Ooh, okay. So that's a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And a nat 20.
Yeah.
So the regular
Which
hit.
explodes.
No, it's an attack, so it's crit.
Oh. Okay.
So the regular hit is 14 slashing damage.
Okay.
Plus another 9 radiant. And then the crit is going to add.
Goodbye, Finn.
Huh?
Worth it. I was saying goodbye, Finn, and I saluted.
Goodbye, Finn. I don't have another D8 around here.
Don't die. I don't want it to be my fault.
Listen, it's fine.
It's not.
It's fine.
It's not.
I might have a
So-
backup. It's fine. Hey, if I die, maybe I'll get to see Ayun. I don't know. Hey, can you take me to Ayun? Real quick? Can I just say hi?
Oh wait, you're resistant to radiant damage, aren't you?
I am resistant. That's right.
Right.
Thank fuck. Okay, wait. So that would be
That's good.
not only 4 damage, right? So I actually get 5 back.
Right. Yeah, half the radiant.
Nice.
So now I gotta roll this again because I couldn't keep track of it. So the crit attack is gonna be 14 slashing damage.
Oh boy, okay.
Plus 16. So that would be 16 plus 5, 21, doubled to 42, but halved to 21. So 21 radiant damage.
That's just over. I'm dumbed down.
Oh, jeez.
Even halved, I'm down. I was like I got it. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't just slap a healing word on me.
I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure you didn't die, and then I now have made.
Okay.
So.
Yes. God.
Luna, you watch as Finn gets dropped.
I got body.
2 slashes
by the Fae.
with these of this glittering butterfly effect that bursts out the side with each slash, and then Finn also drops. Con save for Finn.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. 18?
18's okay.
Thank God. Okay.
You're falling semi-unconscious anyways, unable to keep yourself up and continue fighting, and even get words out as you get slumped onto the ground, bleeding out. But you do feel some kind of curse try to take hold of you and doesn't.
Okay.
And kind of looks over it. Then Balt looks over to you with sort of a come on. But it is Luna's turn. Oh wait, first we got Edmund's death save.
Yeah. 20, baby.
At
That's
20.
a 17.
It's still a pass.
It's a
good.
success. It's a success.
But yeah, Luna's turn.
Luna, I feel like after what happened with Alum and pretty much losing her best friend in a
Not again.
but literally to her it's people that she has gotten close with on this entire adventure and people that basically second family, how it works. She starts to get afraid, and I'm trying to think of what she would do in this moment.
You say her go-to in danger situations is the kite to shoot, move, shoot, and just stay out of their reach. But you've got friends bleeding out on the ground.
It's fine. I'm fine.
You're not.
It's fine.
Not
No,
fine.
shut up. It's fine.
You're
It's fine.
the opposite of not.
We can guilt my mom into bringing me back. It's fine.
Mechanics wise, is a potion of healing an action or a bonus action?
Action to feed to someone else.
Okay.
So you can drop down and get it down their throat with an action.
Yeah. How far away is Finn?
Like 10 feet maybe at the most.
Okay. I move over to Finn and I give him my one and only potion healing.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Because-
How many don't I have healing
You
potions?
probably have a bunch, yeah. So yeah, 2d4 plus 2 for a regular healing potion.
If I do, I didn't add them to my inventory. Uh-oh.
Come on. 4 plus 2, you said?
Yep.
So 6.
So Finn goes up to 6 HP.
Cool.
And I turn back towards Bolt and I just say, please, we can talk about this.
Where's my?
Just- It doesn't have to be violent. And I'm trying to just get him to stop and be rational about this.
Yeah. Bolt sees you bringing Finn up and kind of does one of those like they have to end. It starts to like turn back to Edmund, but hopping out of a shadow nearby, you see Cordelia just like go to throw a punch, which part of your head goes like, how is a punch gonna help? That is a 25 to hit. For a chunk of damage. He goes to make a save. That one. Okay, great. Wrong one. And then that 20, nice. And that is does an additional little like so you watch as she just jumps out of the shadow, does a punch with like a bit of a knuckle out, and you watch every nerve in Balt's body lock at once, and is stunned, standing on the roof, like just half dropping the polearm, and then an extra little like just kick at the back of the knee that drops him down into a one knee position, and she like looks, you see her like kind of look back at you and go, do a little bit of a shrug and look down at Edmund and goes, that's a favor, and then moves out of the way, just gesturing to the stunned figure as like a go ahead, and steps out of the way. But literally just like pop pop, a little bit like in Avatar: The Last Airbender, the circus girl, Ty Lee, or yeah, what's her name?
There we go.
Yeah.
I was gonna call
was
this Chun-Li,
cool,
but no, that's Street Fighter.
Right, but yeah, pops out of the shadow, 2 pops, and is fully locked in place, just eyes like twitching, stunned, unable to do anything. Misses his turn. First is Finn. Finn's actually up out right after Cordelia.
Cool. Healing land on Edmund. I'm spending the max I can spend on my turn. 3d6, and that's a bonus action.
Nice.
Okay, 12 hit points back to you.
12 points to Edmund.
Hooray.
This is technically better than healing. It's funny you said healing word. I don't have healing word, I just have this.
Yeah.
This is slightly better because it scales better. I look at Edmund, I bring him up, and I look at them and I just go, attack? No?
I mean,
Talk? Attack? Him?
now I'm very upset.
Okay. Attack. Is that what I'm
Edmund's gonna want to go for the kill. Like,
Yeah.
hearing? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finn still got the action.
I do still have an action. I'm asking whether to use my act. Oh man.
I mean,
don't
hey,
think we
even
can-
if we just send him back to Feywild,
yeah.
at least he's not here anymore.
I don't realistically want to kill him, because again, he'll just get sent back to the Feywild and then come back and kill us later.
What, we leave him be? We escape?
Does anyone else have something they can do that would trigger a saving throw? Weird question.
I was gonna say it's your turn at the moment, so you kind of gotta take your action.
I just gotta, no, I know. In that case,
I
I'm
have
just
smites, and that's it.
Yeah, okay. In that case, I'm just gonna. If no one else has anything, they're like actively preparing before their turn. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Might as well.
Yeah. You have.
I look at Lena. I go, watch this.
I was gonna say you have advantage on both attacks.
Ooh, hell yeah! Because he's stunned.
He is stunned.
12. I don't think hits.
12 does not hit.
I rolled a 3 and a 6.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. 19 plus 6, 25.
Nice, definitely hits.
I'm glad one of them hit.
Mm.
Okay. Hey, that's max damage. 13 force damage.
Nice.
And I'm gonna. Oh, hold on. Oh no, I went down, so my radiant consumption canceled out.
Right.
So that no longer applies. But isn't there something else I could do? You know what? Fuck it. I don't know off the top of my head, so I'm gonna say no.
Right.
Screw it. I will look at my stuff again. It's been so long since I've played him. My boy. Yeah, and
Alright.
I'll stay put.
Gotcha. Ooh. Oh, okay. I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Balt's turn is being stunned. Comes around to Edmund getting up off of the ground after getting dropped. Is you can see Finn absolutely bloodied. And you were kind of witness.
I'm fine. Kick his ass.
You were kind of witness to everything. You are still affected by the silence curse. And are unable to do anything verbal.
Oh, that's a good thing to know.
You can't
I wonder.
talk. Oh shit.
Yeah. Smite, regular like divine smite doesn't require a verbal component. So you still have full access to that. You just won't be able to do any speaking. Probably most of your spells.
I think all of my other smites are just verbal components.
Yeah. I think so.
That's fun. Yeah. Okay.
He does not.
Well,
He very specifically does not like when Fae can cast spells after he starts cutting them. Part of his whole gimmick.
Trying to hit you.
and is there no save for that, or do I make it at the end of my turn?
There is no ongoing save at the moment.
Okay. Then I'll fucking. Edmund fully stands up, barely like the recognition of like I owe you a favor, Finn, for bringing me back up.
You fully don't. You're fine. I also went down.
Again,
so-
can't
He
verbalize.
But it's that look of like I.
You
recognize
point
what
at me.
you
I'm
did.
like, I don't know why you're pointing at me.
Right.
but no, it's fine. It's chill. We're friends.
He's fully walks over and is gonna start making attacks on him.
Right.
This is with advantage because he is stunned, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a 14 plus 7.
Oh yeah, definitely hits.
21.
Okay, and then I'll make my second attack right now. That's cocked. Shit. 8 plus 7, 15?
8 plus 7, 15 just hits.
Just hits?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, here's damage.
He only has one higher than me?
Yeah, he's
Class?
fully committed to doing good attacks. It's not. It does not have much in the way of
High
defense.
attack, low defense Pokemon.
Yeah.
Love that.
Alright, 1d8 plus
If I
2d8
do
for
a
Divine
Pokemon,
Smite
I'm
plus Dreadful Strikes.
Nice.
1d4. 6, 8, 9 damage.
Nice.
For my second attack. Very, very bad rolls. 9, 15, 17 damage.
Nice.
And I think Divine Smite is like a bonus action, or is it just like, hey, you add this?
You just add it. It just is a thing that
Just add
happens.
it.
There's no action involved. So you still have your bonus action if you had something to do with it.
I don't think I have any bonus actions.
Gotcha.
I got. Yeah, no.
So you could punch him.
I could punch him.
Offhand, just like punch him.
Or would you let me do an offhand? I don't have any.
I'd say sure. You get. I mean, it's not gonna do a ton of damage, but I would say if you punch him, you're going to give up using your shield for defense. But you could just take that offhand to just use it for attacking.
No, I'll keep my shield.
All right.
Oh, actually, let me see if I can do something here. This might have verbal component, so I probably won't be able to use it. Verbal, yeah, never mind.
Gotcha. You do knock him into bloodied. So is visibly taking wear from the attacks. And then it is Luna's turn.
Okay. I'm far enough from him that range attacks will be fine, correct? I don't need to move for
it's
that?
also stunned.
Okay.
So
That's because I was gonna take steady aim to give myself advantage.
Oh, gotcha.
But
I mean, I'm remembering. Technically, you should maybe do that because it's only advantage on melee attacks against a stunned opponent. So, steady aim and then taking a shot is perfectly acceptable. Do you think?
All right, I'm gonna use one of the force damage arrows. So like you can just kind of see like I've done this before, but you just see like an arrow just kind of like grow in Luna's hand as she like starts to draw back to hit this motherfucker.
Nice.
All right. Please. All right, 15 on the die. Plus 2. And I add my attack bonus is just plus 2, so 17.
17 hits. Yeah, get your sneak attack damage and everything.
So sneak attack is 3d6, and then using the short bow, it's another d6. I dropped a d6. No. I don't know where it went.
The curse of rogues, the infinite d6s, some of them go off on their own little adventures.
This is a 3d6 for... Ooh, okay. So that's 10 with the sneak attack, and then with the actual damage, 5 plus my dex, which is 4, plus my attack bonus, 2, 5, 9, 11, plus the 10 that I had, so 21.
21 damage, nice.
I think that's the most damage I've done. Like, math is hard.
Right. But yeah, fully the force mixed with like the lightning and stuff that kind of thematically fires off as you take your shots. Yeah, it hits pretty hard and is nearly is well within the like HP ranges of the rest of you normally. Has been dropped from a near champion of an archfey to a range of like health and toughness of a fighter equivalent to the rest of you all. And so now you are fully in a in that 3-on-1, 4-on-1 scenario. The Cordelia would be up next, but she has one of those like I'm not sure how this is gonna work out for me, but okay. And then it's like one of those, well, I guess this is what we're doing kind of scenario. Is going to you watch as some shadows jump up out of the the edges of this rooftop of the little like castle structure kind of things at the top that cast a little bit of shadow. Those shadows all snake over and wrap up around him. She hexblade curses him. Goes in
She's a hexblade.
goes in to make
Why wouldn't she be a hexblade?
goes in to make the stun last till the end of her turn, so he gets to make 2 attacks with advantage. Those both hit with getting to add proficiency to the damage as well. And so that is 10, 14, 11, 15, so 29 damage total. He wraps around and there's just this like punch and is starts to buckle, and then the stun finally breaks off. Kind of looks back at them and goes, you're and Finn, you get to do something before he gets to actually speak.
Does he look weak enough that I could kill him on this turn, or should I go more support?
It seems pretty low.
Okay. I had a plan, but if he's low, I'm... Fuck it. Okay, bonus action, healing light to Edmund, the other 3d6 I hadn't used yet.
Nice.
Oh, that's a lot of 6s.
Oh,
No, fine. It's fine. Look, it's fine. You're in the front, so... 14 back to you. Action, Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
No longer at advantage, but I'm gonna
You do have
try.
2 attacks, though.
Cool. I rolled a 15.
That's a hit.
I'm guessing that hits.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna roll the second one just so I can roll damage altogether.
Nice.
That requires math. Hold on a moment. 19.
19 also hits, yeah.
Cool. So first one's gonna be... Oh, max again. 13 force on the first one, and then 7 force on the second one, so 17 force damage.
17... Sorry, the...
Force damage.
Gotcha. The 2 together.
Yeah. 17 total.
You all watch
Directly in
the...
the face.
There's that moment of...
I'm just like, shut up!
There's a sort
Stop
of...
talking!
There's this look of betrayal looking down at Cordelia. As Bolt says, but... And before he can like describe any or make any kind of statement, you all watch Finn just put 2 holes in him. It's one of those the power just like enters.
That's for knocking me down, bitch.
You watch him collapse into this ritual circle, kind of falling into his knees in the center, and is unable to get any like words out. And is barely like even holding on to the glaive still, but is just kind of looking up and then turns back towards Edmund. Edmund, it's your turn. He gets a death save, I guess. Ooh, a 19 is
death save, I guess.
a 19 is not a 20. But you do see him like looking up at you.
Fully. I want to say he's almost like blinded by rage. He's just so... There's a lot going on in his head right now.
Right.
But right now there's a problem that he needs to take care of. He's gonna... I mean, because if I do 2 attacks, both of those will be failures. I think they count as 2 melee attacks, don't they?
Yeah, any crit will count as 2 failures, so it's kind of at your mercy.
Yeah, I'll go for it. If I can find my d20s. I don't know what I did with them. What? Oh, they're right here in front of me.
You are rolling with advantage against an AC 15.
Yes, 16, so that'll hit.
Yep.
No. Yes. 18, that'll hit.
Right. How do you finish him?
I think fully it is just
Finish him.
drive the pick the sword up, drive it through his back, but there's no sense of like finality of like, oh, I'll see you again, or some kind of like even like a quip. You know, it's just I want this to be done with as fast as possible,
Right.
and hoping that this will be the last one, and just wanting it to end.
You go and you plunge your sword through the back. Okay. It's technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Got us hopping around.
Leo's been lagging for.
Sorry, my
for
internet's
so.
real crap tonight.
Right. Edmund goes and plunges the sword through the back of Balt, and it hits flesh and goes through to like pin him down into this ritual circle, and you just watch him just disintegrate into flakes, just multicolor glitter, like leaves falling off a psychedelic tree and fall. Just everything just falls away and is just left with like a sword in a ritual circle. As he just functionally turns to dust and scatters. And Cordelia has one of those like, well, turns to Luna and goes, dinner?
Edmund
I think
lets
we
go of
need
the
to
sword,
leave.
lets it topple to the floor, and he's just gonna kind of like walk over to the edge of the building, sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll join you if you don't mind.
I
Because I'm at 6 hit points right now.
So this is awkward. I'm probably in a lot of trouble.
Hey, so is Edmund. It's alright.
I'm gonna sit over here. Walks away to like just go
We
sit
all
off to the
just sit
side
on
while
the
you all
roof.
chat.
we need to leave, don't we?
I don't think he'll come back right away.
No, but Oberon is coming.
They're gonna torture everyone, though.
Balt was the one that was going to. Well,
Balt was the one who brought that up as a possibility contingency thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, did it sound like he was gonna be the one leading that, or was it just something that Oberon would want happen?
No, he was saying that was his own thing. That was to kill all the nobles.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I know what you're going to say, Finn. I know what you're going to say, Finn. I am incredibly
You?
sorry for putting both of you in that situation, and I know you're going to say, "Oh, don't worry about it. We're a team." I risked everybody's life here just because I did not want to make a small sacrifice for myself.
Then I guess that makes us even because I accidentally risked your life earlier in our adventure.
Now, I know you're
I
big
am-
on favors, Edmund. I did go down. I did pass out for a couple seconds there. Even being resistant to the radiant damage he was hit me with.
I
I know favor is a dangerous thing where you come from, but it's not going to be anything bad, I promise.
I truly am starting to believe that I am too weak to for this group.
Are you kidding?
When have I?
The-
You're
Th-
literally the
there's-
reason we survived a lot of our fights. Because you went in there, and even though you went down and I kept bringing you back up, you kept getting up. That is the opposite of weakness to me. Standing in the back, trying to cast spells and be like, oh, please don't hit me. That, I feel, is weakness. If anyone is weak here, it is me. It is not you. It takes, and for the record, it takes guts to say to the king of the fairies, like, hey, go fuck yourself, and leave. You know? I think... I'm not going to tell you what your flaws I think are, because I think this is not the time for that, but I don't think weakness is one of them. And for the record, I'm not upset with you. I made a choice to intervene, to put myself into danger by yelling at him, basically, and that was my fault.
It literally
Although I
shot
did
me
do it
dead.
for you and you owe me, but that was still my choice.
I just don't know what I would do if your deaths were on my hands.
You would remember us as people that care about you
That's not enough. That's not enough.
Edmund, I agree with Finn. You are not weak. Neither are you, by the way, but we'll get to that later.
No, I know. I'm just saying in comparison. I'm weaker. Anyway, not about me right now.
Part of the gig is danger. We all come with our own stuff. I mean, I don't have nearly as difficult things that I am aware of yet. I don't know. But we all have our own things. It is our choice to be with you in this moment. It is not on you. It is not on them. It is on us. We are individuals that can make our own decisions, and our decision is to stand with you. And I poke you in the chest as I say that. No retort. No retort.
Well, no,
No,
let's
Edmund,
give them a chance.
Edmund is silent, but you can tell that he thought, oh, they hate me now. Or not that they hate me, but they definitely blame me for putting them in the situation where they almost died. And then both of you, offering those kind words, he's very obviously still trying to convince himself of what he first thought. Because he still feels guilty for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Edmund, do you think Marius feels guilty because... Well, do you think I feel guilty? Because we came here, we got rid of the barrier to free Copernicus, and then my mother and Marius's mother were threatened. Like, is that technically my fault? I mean, yes. But also, I'm not gonna say the ends justify the means, but I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess just...
Yeah, the difference between that and this is that you don't like your mother.
I don't like her, but she's still a person, and if she had died or had been captured by someone who was probably worse of a person and was unaware of how bad he was, that would have been awful. I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm glad she got a chance to redeem herself and she got her life back, but I'm just saying I don't think I'm being very helpful. I just wanted to say I understand where you're coming from. But what Luna said is how I feel as well. Like, even though I went down because of something that was from your past, again, I could have let you handle this. I could have snuck around or walked away. I could have run away. There was a moment there where I almost did, which is true. I actually almost decided to have been run, but you have defended me so many times. You've been in my corner and you've been supportive of me when, not to be rude, but that's not really a thing that you do for everybody. You're not you're not kind to everyone, which is not a bad thing. I'm the opposite. I'm kind to everyone, even when they don't deserve it. But I felt like I owed it to you. And that could be a problem with me. I don't know. But again, I chose to do that. You did not guilt me. You proved that you were someone worth dying for. You may think that's a stupid thing to do. Probably. But I didn't die. And I'm here, and as long as I am still kicking, you were my friend. And I'm gonna try not to do something like that again, but...
Finn, you ramble a lot, right?
I'm aware.
There's that honesty we
I'm trying.
love.
TLDR, Edmund, you're my friend. Okay, let me just ask you this. Do you feel like your guilt is too great to stay with us? Because I also don't want to stand in the way of what you feel is the right choice. Because I can't make the decision for you. Neither could Luna.
No matter how hard I try.
Yeah. But I will say,
I-
if you decide to stay, we will be in your corner. And I know Mary's will too.
Well, I mean, that's your choice.
Well, what's your choice?
I'm.
Just looking at you like, hello?
Yeah,
Make a
Is
decision here.
Edmund
this you
laughs and is
saying
like,
you're
"Well,
staying?
if you could, I mean, hey, I could choose to stay, and then you could choose to walk away from the city.
Right.
There's multiple things at play here.
But what do you
I
want
think-
to do right now?
You all are sitting having this conversation, getting a short rest in, by the way, if you want.
Cool.
The
Cool, I need it.
everybody starts rolling HP dice.
Yeah, no, legit.
But you
I
are
don't think I've been hit.
yeah. Luna's
Oh, good for
always-
you.
Yeah, Luna's just
Oh,
no
good
HP
for you.
lost. Luna's had 1 HP this whole time. Um,
17.
you all are sitting on this roof, the edge of this roof, kind of looking out over the city, with sunset in the distance. Started out just kind of just kissing the water or the horizon. At the start of the conversation, probably about good halfway down at this point. And as the shadows are kind of expanding, Edmund, make a perception check for me.
12.
12. You're kind of just comprehending what everybody's saying. You don't notice Cordelia step up and like also have a position. At a certain point, she's just also sitting. You didn't notice like the transition. She's very sneaky. But she kind of looks over with a whole like, at the risk of sounding complimentary.
You can do it. I believe in you.
got
You called in a favor from me, knowing full well what that means. And that is not cowardice. And it's not weakness. It's, at the very least, a sense of survival. And any group could really use that. So, I need to step out for a moment and leave you all to your devices.
Are you screwed? Because that was
I might be-
apologize
the
if I ruined
important
your evening.
person.
I might
Okay.
be a little. I
Sorry.
need to go look at a few things,
Oof.
see
Okay.
what the plan might be. I have some ideas.
You
Okay.
will be okay though, right?
Oh, I'm the one that does most of the... What's the line? I'm the one who knocks. Except I don't knock. I just show up.
You barged in.
I love that book.
I, Balt had his blade to silence targets. I can just do it. I think that's what gives me the edge over him and
That's cool.
keeps me up the pecking order. Also makes me pretty...
Did Balt leave his weapon when he disintegrated?
No.
Shit. Fuck.
He had it on him. Nobody
Damn.
disarmed him
God damn
before
it.
dealing a finishing blow.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, next time we see him.
Yeah, kick the
Keep that
glaive
in mind.
Get his
first. Yeah.
weapon.
Yes.
There's a reason I'm so deadly. That silence on Archfey is extremely effective. All the way up to the king himself. And I think I'm going to be in a position where the amount I would owe to the king to get out of this would not be worth the cost, and I might want us to just take a shot and see if we can be rid of this burden for good.
They always run away with us.
Runaway
We're
wasn't
a
my
fun group.
Runaway wasn't my thought. More ambush.
I mean, if this is that favor, then I'm all for it.
I'll be back with some plans. Goes and
Shit, okay.
kind of puts a hand on Luna's knee and goes for a kiss. And as the sun like is fully setting, now everything is shadow, so she just disappears. Teleporting away essentially. Edmund, with your 12, you do notice on your finger is that signet ring.
Oh right.
It is.
Oh shit.
It has become tight. The
Oh no.
the kind of carvable gem piece on the top that was just a blank like smooth over has chiseled itself out to the point that it now has like your old coat of arms engraved in it, and it's glowing slightly.
If this ring chops off my finger, then I swear to
you-
to a god.
Yeah. I'll
He
pick
cannot be
one.
sacrificed without the ring.
Pick the easiest one to contact, and yeah.
Please.
Copernicus.
Do you do anything about the ring, or you just like look at it, or
More than easy.
you try to take it off, or
More than cut off my finger, please.
Oh boy.
It's like that's a weird reason.
Yes,
I think,
I'm like, if I start feeling any pressure to the point where I can feel like constriction, like where it becomes painful, then I think I will start panicking.
right?
But if it's just glowing softly, then I don't see.
No, it's
I'll
glowing.
investigate,
It's hey, go ahead and do an investigation check for me.
or can I do Arcana? It feels
Yeah,
more
you can go
fitting.
for Arcana. That's fine.
Can I provide advantage?
Guidance.
Sure.
Advantage?
I mean,
Advantage or
I'm
guidance?
proficient in Arcana.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you can kind of hold it up. To
I'm like, ooh, it's glowing. I might know what that means.
Not good.
Even with advantage.
Do I get that guidance or not?
You'd get the
Definitely allowed.
advantage.
Advantage?
Yeah, because it's
no.
an action for either.
That's just a. Oh, you're right. Just a 5.
The 5.
With advantage?
I would say you're not sure what it means in any way, shape, or form. It does shrink slightly, but not like
Wait.
it's not in a way that it's gonna
Sorry.
like
Sorry.
not in a way that's gonna like crush its way into you or anything. Just like a ring that
Well-
fully fits, and you do notice that you can't take it off. Like it's small enough, it's not going past that knuckle.
That's annoying.
So it is just like on. For Finn, yeah.
Jeff, I DM'd you a question during combat.
Oh.
The same applies here with a different spell.
I have to look
We'll
at it
tell
with
you
a
the other
different
spell I was
device.
thinking of casting.
Now we have to talk about like what my
The
family
end.
does.
Oh yeah,
This just came into play.
you're the cobblers of the Fae.
Hmm.
Who, some of them have wings and
Oh.
don't need to touch the ground.
Uh,
I've been playing in a certain way, but what do you think?
yes, and one sec. So,
Okay.
as you all,
Yes, and. I love it.
yes, and hold on. So you all watch the as the sun gets fully past the horizon and the glow from over the horizon starts to fade away, and show off the stars. You all also can kind of see the glint in the city, that spot from all these invisible flowers that have like collected dew and have like a reflection of nearby lights and all that. And as it all pairs off, there's an odd visual in front of you as you see, starting on the far other side of the city, you see a silver string of light go up from the street up into the sky, and then another and another, and then a rapid firing of these little threads all connecting up from the street level all the way up into the stars until it gets all of the way across the city. The whole thing fires off again a little more brightly, and like a jagged street through the city itself, everything glows for a moment, and then hovering up from the street and some on the street, just all forms of odd fey creatures and peoples it sounds like a party started in an instant. Music going, people laughing, some like horrified reactions, but you just see just hundreds of Fae suddenly appear on the street, all in a flash, as though like a sudden spell had been completed, and everyone just appears. You don't see any in particular like individuals, but you do see the noticeable familiar sight of Nick going from a patrol around the outside of the city to diving in to see what the hell's going on. And that's probably where we're gonna call the episode. There with the Fae have arrived now, with the ritual complete.
Oh shit!
You all sitting there with Edmund's new newly reformed signet ring glowing on the hand. And I imagine Luna just like handing the gauntlets back over, just being like, I think we're gonna need these.
There you go.
Oh god!
We're gonna need these. Incredible.
Alrighty.
Is that the first time I went down in combat as Finn?
Might be.
I think so.
It's possible.
Incredible.
Yes.
Not the first time for Edmund, though.
Stopping recording, but get your steps in. See you back in La Quasha some other time. We'll come up with an episode title in a minute. Bye!
Bye.